Hiya folk, we are so glad that you are joining us chasing Foxfires, our home game of Dungeons & Dragons. Before we start, we'd like to give a quick shout out to Syrinscape, an amazing program that helps you manage your soundtracks, as well as a variety of amazing background sounds. And they've been an absolute lifesaver when we were forced to move from the table to the online D&D space. So definitely check them out at syrinscape.com. Well, MacLeod gets his pizza sorted.
Oh, it's gone.
Certainly here.
Yes. Oh, it feels so good.
The party is still in the Palace of the Eternal Winter. After defeating Ramazur, you had a look around the room and you found that most of it had unfortunately succumbed to the many fireballs that had been blasted back and forth throughout the entirety of the fight. What you did find, however, was an image of an orrery, some tuning forks that seemed oddly attuned, and some interesting goodies on Ramazur's body. Donning one of these powerful items, a necklace that had once been part of a bigger orrery-like construction, it appeared that Nax had been accepted as new leader of the cult, at least by the remaining statues within the palace. You wandered around, you found an old torture tower, as well as the public throne room, where some of the thrones had been somewhat vandalized. Otherwise, it is, however, eerily quiet. You decided to have a long rest, as some of you really needed to recover. And we would pick up with the party in the morning, were it not for Finn trying to scry on a book that was last seen in the maze.
But it's okay, Marissa, because it was purely a simulacrum.
It was only through some effort that the party managed to extract him from this mental imprisonment. But I believe that the last thing that happened was actually Sam asking how Lyra was doing.
It is in fact on my notes.
Yes. And on that note, can I have from you a D100 roll?
Oh no.
This is fine.
Roll 100, get a wish.
Roll
10?
10.
Okay.
That's
My
it.
intervention works, guys! We did it!
Where was that fucking roll for me?
So, when you check in on Lyra, what did you say, if
Uh,
anything?
I think it was, hey, are you okay? I haven't heard from you in a while.
What you get in your head is just the sound of giggling.
Still giggling.
Just over and over again. And there's something, like, it's not a happy giggling. No, exactly.
Is there any, at the risk to myself, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
of like delving into this mentality, is there any insight I can get about what might help?
How would you like to gain that insight?
Oh, that's a terrible idea. Yes. Detect thoughts.
Okay. Are you doing surface thoughts, or are you trying to go
Let's start
deeper?
with surface thoughts and see if there's any value there.
Okay.
Because you know, non-surface thoughts is a bit like,
Oh my
"Thanks,
god.
I'll kill someone with this, not on purpose.
It's gonna happen anyway. It'll be Sam.
Listen to this.
Jesus.
Oh.
Wow.
That was like,
86.
how would you feel about 93? 86?
You don't you weren't asked to roll one for now.
I
That'll
know,
be your
but
next
Can
roll.
we just change? Jesus. No, take this away from me. It's not.
You are gonna break something.
Yes, I am.
So,
Yes, that thing I did. That was stupid.
detect thoughts.
Hmm.
You feel like all you can hear at that point in time is just this constant giggling. It's like entirely taking over your own thoughts. And it's really hard to remain focused for a start.
Yep.
The surface thoughts that you do get between this are, it's garbled hysteria. It's so incoherent that it's really hard to make anything out of it. It's quite literally the ravings of someone who is very mad at this point in time. And I mean mad as in the insane, not the angry variety.
Yeah.
Is Sam still really hurt from last time?
No, we did a lot of healing.
Okay, good.
You just had a long rest. Oh, and then never mind.
Yeah,
yes.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Keeping you honest.
Cool. Well, I mean, it feels a bit like an invasion of privacy, but at the same time, I need to reach her. See if I can reach her, if there's anything to reach at the moment. So I will... How does an imprisoned god fare against my spell safety?
Yeah. What is your save DC?
18.
18?
Does she have disadvantage because she's batshit crazy and stuck in a wire?
I mean, that... yeah, Marissa.
That's a 15.
Oh.
Oh, this is going to be really bad for me.
Are you reading the liar's thoughts? I'm just gonna take...
Shh, I couldn't get into Chaos's thoughts, so I'm going for another mad god. I have a type.
Does Detect Thoughts have like a semantic component or anything like that we would see you do?
Probably. Let's say yes, whilst I actually check. I'm not hiding it.
It does have a semantic component, yeah.
Can Greggy just snuggle next to your leg with his wound closure ever ready?
Yes.
Certainly.
Oh, I'm doing the
verbal,
opposite.
semantic, and probably a couple of notes.
Go sick, I'm doing the opposite. I'm taking 30 feet back.
Come on!
Greggy's the Saint Bernard with the rum by his neck.
Like Reaver's like, bad. And then I'll reverse away from Sam. 35 feet away.
Okay.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah. Usually it's so.
What you get is a lot of... it's still very incoherent.
Mm-hmm.
And you get feelings more than thoughts. Fear is a very, very strong one standing out. And coming with that is almost a fear and a feeling of isolation. And talking to oneself in a defense or in a coping mechanism. You get that the thoughts are very much directed to themselves rather than outwards. There's like communication happening within this creature, and it's communicating with itself. It's not making any sense whatsoever, but it's keeping itself company, if you will. Roll me a charisma check. You can add your proficiency modifier.
Ooh. Not a save?
No, just a check.
Okay. Do I want to overkill this? Plus proficiency is plus 9 for 26. It's early in the day. I will overkill this. With my peerless skill,
Go for
an
it.
understanding of persuasion and ability to reach people
It's very
in
persuasive.
dark situations. 31.
Okay.
This can't go wrong.
Trying to kind of...
Is that it?
It's almost like you're looking at a tangled web of thoughts and trying to kind of pull apart the strings and singling out individual threads almost to see if you can follow any form of coherence in there. There's a feeling of regret, but not in a way where someone is sorry for what they've done, but rather sorry for the state that they find themselves in.
Sorry for the consequences. Yeah.
And I would say with that high a roll, you can almost detect, as I said, it's like this creature is having a conversation with itself, but the conversation is long lost all meaning. It's just garbled. But you almost feel like you can detect 3 different trains of thought in there, 3 different voices, if you will.
At the same time?
Yes.
Same voice?
You've heard her speak with different voices.
True. Do I recognize them all?
Them, I should say.
Yeah.
No. but the one that you don't recognize lies too deeply buried. You can almost see if you were to visualize it, you could see a thread, but you just can't reach it. It's too deep down.
So there's 3, and I recognize the top 2, but not the third.
Yeah. I don't know how I did it, but I just moved the cup in such a way that it just launched me at my face.
Lyra does not appreciate you revealing this.
No, clearly.
Excellent. Okay, cool.
There are no negative consequences to you per se.
Ooh.
I feel it's a bit hard to like find my center after such an immersion.
Yes, and you do feel like if this maybe were to go on for too long, it might start to be hard to focus on things.
I disconnect from this state.
Okay. Now you can roll me the wisdom saving throw.
Oh god. Oh!
Oh, that's high.
Yeah, you're right. It is okay because I'm not proficient in wisdom saving throws. 17!
Okay. It takes some time, and even after you focus back on the people around you, you can kind of still hear that echoed
Like
in the back of your
like
mind.
an earworm for a song.
Yes, but you manage to shake yourself out of this tangled web of chaotic thoughts.
Tangled web of chaos, eh?
Hmm.
How are you, Finn?
That was a bad experience. That was the trip I never wanted to take, and I really, really don't like one-to-one interactions with them. You are so much better at it and make it look flawless, and I don't like it.
The trick is to try and be them. Right back at them. Not actually from a like personality, like mirroring perspective. Because I'm not trying to be chaos.
The safe disappears.
Please don't kill me.
Well, you stuck by the safe rule. You tripped with friends. It's always a good place.
Thank you.
Didn't fall into a bathtub and end up in the other plane.
That's also true. But
I mentioned I ended up smelling bathtub after coming back from. I was like, it was all true. I thought you were just making it up.
so, I have a question. Directed for you. Next. Now, this is going to sound a bit odd, but where was the last time before the maze you saw your spellbook?
I'm not sure I can remember.
Roll me a history check. If you don't have proficiency in it, I'll give you proficiency in this one.
Pretty sure you're smart as fuck, boy.
Mm-hmm.
It's just in the bag of holding. You've just never tried taking it out.
Oh no, buddy!
Oh my god.
It's still an 11.
I start to hear it
But it's
giggling.
1 on the
Oh, okay.
Rough.
Oh wait, don't you have the thing that makes you can re-roll things? Now.
Don't you have your magic time turner?
Did you ironically forget?
Probably.
What thing was that again?
You got the legendary amulet of the Eternal Winter cult leadership.
Yeah, which makes the
Might not be in D&D Beyond.
Oh, yeah.
It is not in D&D Beyond. Yeah, bonus to intelligence saving throws.
There's a specific timey-wimey
If
aspect to
you,
it.
so normally you would use it in a combat situation.
I punched you.
But if you want to use it now and expend that for the day, I'll let you have it.
No, because it's
No?
important enough for a question from them, to be honest. So I think
Mercy's just going, damn it, pluck.
Okay. In which case, might be the morning, might be everything that's happening, might be the fact that you're just really focused on like the environmental part of your past. You haven't been here in so long now. Being back here, it's a bit overwhelming. But you can't for the life of you remember.
Do you not think that if I could remember where I left it, I would have found it by now?
Well, I'm more just trying to go, from, oh, I left it by my bed. And then we could have, followed the clues and to find out how the fuck Chaos had
Oh,
it.
look, it was in my cloak all.
You'd be amazed. Keys have been found that way.
Amazed.
No, Sam, no.
Summon the south.
So, Chaos has your spellbook and is wanting a book for a book, to which I told her to fuck off, I'm not a library. And
Oh, that's a good line.
Thank
Write
you.
that down.
I was kind of just trying to emulate Beaver there, just like passiveness and, assuredness.
Sure.
But I'm going to say that unless we... there's nothing that we can really do about that, to be honest, that I can think of. But then again, I'll leave the potential thinking of that to smarter people. Yes.
Did they mention me?
They did.
What did they say?
I realised I've merely written down they said they didn't say nice things, and I can't remember the exact specifics. No, I know what Finn's going to do in this instance. He is going to lie. They said that your hair was a mess and your makeup was flawed.
I'm not even bothering to roll. That's not something.
I have no modifiers to charisma, and it's a 13, and your passive
I was gonna say my
insight.
passive insight is
Yeah.
definitely. I think my passive insight is.
A thing.
Yeah,
Not really, but if you don't believe someone, you don't have to roll for not believing them.
It's not passive
It's
wisdom.
D&D Beyond.
Yeah, but my rules, passive insight isn't a thing. But you're, common sense.
Yeah, my hair,
You don't need passive insight for common sense.
my makeup, huh? I don't bother wearing it. I can just change my face.
Yeah, if you're gonna lie and make it at least believable.
Yeah.
They were unkind.
What did they say about the God King?
I did not ask about the God King.
Shame. I really want to find proof that that mad attempt at assisted suicide was all part of their master plan. So I can say I told you so.
I'd rather not poke that anymore, because I tried to look for a book and I got my mind wrenched away, and you... Oh.
Well, I have some ideas for that. And that is a lot of blood.
Yeah.
Did I remember to heal? I don't think I did. Maybe that's why I made poor impulsive decisions.
I know, I definitely... Yeah, because you were badly
I can do it myself. But if you want...
how whatever you're on at the moment, I can take you up to half your max.
Excellent. Because I was on 20 hit points. That's after a heal.
Good start.
And over to you.
Yeah. Well,
24 hit points.
we'll put that up just for now, and I think just take it easy for now. Actually, no, fuck that.
Weird question. Yeah.
Mhm.
During the night prior to this, was there any weird noises from outside? Was there any sort of ground rumbling? Was there any sort of out of sorts weirdness that we experienced or kind of experienced from inside the bubble?
Bit of a weird one in the sense that you're in an entirely different plane,
Mm-hmm.
and the noises here are just a bit different.
Yeah.
The average temperature here lies at about between -20 and -30 degrees, at least. Yeah, if not colder. So there's a lot of sudden sounds of ice somewhere breaking and cracking and expanding.
Yeah.
There's sounds of snow and, wind going through small cracks.
Mhm.
There's sounds of occasionally heavy footsteps through the hallways that you've identified. And then there's occasionally these kind of high king, king, king noises.
Okay.
They're all unusual sounds.
Yeah. But nothing
But nothing
giant rumblings or...
Nothing giant in the sense that you think it's a giant creature.
Okay, cool. That's
Doesn't explicitly tell the big statues not to have midnight rage, so you know.
If anything, you told them to knock on the door if someone wanted to come in, and they haven't done that.
Yep.
And I want to say that the Nereid checked on them at the end of the last session, and they were
Well,
still in the
so
same position.
I put a trap by them.
Yeah. Nothing's gonna...
cool.
Gracky sniffs his frozen pea.
Quick what's it?
Sniffs his frozen pea.
I peed on the statues.
We can sniff his own.
Yeah, somewhat confused at the frozen state of it.
Right.
What would you like to do?
Breakfast.
Breakfast, definitely, but we're going back to the list of things we promised to do.
Save the world.
Save the World was on there. So, Dwarven City.
Are we actually done here?
I mean, we haven't even explored the rest of the place.
Next,
Could be like hidden tea
you're
rooms.
the cult leader. What do you want to do next?
Like that's,
Like,
that
there's
too.
a-
There's a cult just swanning about somewhere.
There's a
Should
village
we?
nearby as well. I thought Rara Soul was the only one left though.
Yeah, we should at least explore further, but how are we getting out of here? Have we decided yet? We should probably decide that.
Front door?
As in out of this room or out of this dimension?
Point.
Oh,
You've got the
the thing.
Is any of those tuning for? Wait, hang on. How did we get here in the first place? No, we had the portal. We can just go to the portal, can't we?
No.
I'm more thinking if
No,
I
no,
have
we came
them
here via
go-
Max.
I'm curious. We should find
Oh.
this cult and see how they react, and if they happen to react badly, we might need to depart.
I agree.
Post haste.
Finn, you look
Yeah.
inordinately pleased with yourself. What have you done?
Well, I could,
Oh no.
in a very long process, get us back.
Really?
Apart from Meridian,
Ah.
he'd go home. But I could
Oh,
get us
no.
back in a pinch.
Please don't banish me.
What would happen to me?
That
Excellent question.
is an excellent question. But I don't think you're native to this. You are you? You might be. I don't know. I'm not gonna assume where you're from.
I just point at the chair that was Nax's.
How many
Like,
Yeah,
he's kind of from here.
well, I mean, yeah.
does it
But
even go here?
No, you're not being nice or anything. I think Nax is from here.
But is this like his winter home though, or is this like it's just like one of his many
I spent
homes?
summer in the Hamptons.
Exactly. I can see it.
I get my tan on.
You look at Nax's stark
Pure
white
white.
skin, yeah.
How's that time coming on?
That mind reading hurt so much I forgot my accent. I'm going to have a lie down.
Oh. Well, yeah, I think let's go check the rest of it out with now our entourage of mechanical muscle.
So can we get our entourage to follow us?
Well, it's
More
up to
fun?
Max.
Huh? What?
Our entourage.
Yes, the statues.
Tell them to go first.
Yes.
That sounds a little intimidating. Like, I don't know. Do you want to be an evil overlord?
Already in.
Can you pass ownership? I'll take ownership.
It sounds like a lot of responsibility, and
I
that
can do
doesn't really
this.
seem like you.
I'll do it. Just tell me.
What kind of responsibility?
I mean, it sounds like people who complain a lot.
Continue to be.
We squash their puny souls with large stone statues.
It's true, and then you stop being like in charge of a cult. No, yeah, it's not to tell.
You don't yet know what in charge of the cult.
I don't know. The statues say you are. Like,
No, it's probably statues.
well,
You don't seem so free of will.
that's true. But also, Finn, where did you get those cookies? Cookies?
Well, I have one of something.
Finn definitely broke like 2 teeth on that as well. If it's like sitting in the cold, you'd be like,
Yo!
take like a ginger nut from the fridge or something.
Yeah, I don't think prestidigitation is warming that up. That's a good point, but at the same time, I think the only person who can argue with you is Dead. And the only reason they're dead is because he didn't argue with you, he tried to kill you. And at no point tried to negotiate or talk to us before we'd had enough. So it can't go on him. Who's there? Sorry, I've been waiting to do that.
You hear on the door.
Oh shit, this is someone wanting in, right?
Did my alarm go off?
Your alarm goes off at the same time.
You're what is your
Everybody's like, Origin's like,
King Winter? You can just call me that. Your Daxness. Easy talkers.
I feel like I have to hold Greggy back from running to the door.
Okay.
My Guardian of Faith I'll dismiss it because this person who's coming in isn't immediately wanting to kill us. They'll immediately take 20 damage if I don't dismiss it. So I'll let that just...
Yeah. The shield and the claw slowly fade away. Now, no one ever called a statue smart per se. So you guys wait a moment in anticipation, but nothing happens. Doors remain closed.
you never asked them to open the door, let them in or anything, you just told them to knock.
Yeah.
Right.
Is anyone able to see what's happening on the other side, or
We just
We've had a long rest, right?
Yo! I use my thing that gives me X-ray vision. I can't remember what it's called.
Yes.
Ghostly gaze.
X-ray vision? Something like that.
Some blessing of Tatiana is what it is.
Your purview.
As you do that, Eridrian, you're looking at it. You're like, X-ray vision. You look at his eyes, and there's actually flecks of orange that appear in Eridrian's eyes as he looks at the door. And you see behind it, Eridrian, the statues, still in the same place. And what appears like a humanoid figure standing in front of a small card that has packs on it. It's hard to see much about this, or to tell much about this humanoid figure, as they are entirely covered just in clothing to keep themselves warm. There's a big hat on their head. They're covered in a big coat, and there's a cape over it that is made of furs. It's basically, there's this much is visible. And they're kind of standing there a bit awkwardly. Even through the door, you can see that they're just sort of like shuffling, not really sure what to do.
Having been very tense since the first knock, I will visibly let my shoulders relax. Oh, it's some peddler or someone. Let them in. They might have something warm to eat. I don't know. I'm hungry.
Room service?
Would you like a Snickers?
I'll head over to the door.
I'm gonna take a seat in the centre of the room.
Okay.
And look very.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna boom my voice and say, "Enter."
Okay.
At that, I'll make it seem as though the door's opening itself, but I'll just stay behind it.
Yep.
I just look at Nax and just be like, "It suits you," and I inspire.
Okay.
But I will genuinely just hide behind the door. Like, I just have it open and then just be there.
Do you want to roll a stealth check, kind of hide?
Yeah.
Go for
So,
it.
what am I looking for?
As the door magically seems to open. Oh no.
Okay. I add the effect.
Well, ice.
Okay.
Minor illusion, just creaking.
You see
6.
kind of awkwardly peeking around the corner what looks to be a either human or elven figure. Hard to tell since the ears are covered up. Not tiefling. They appear to be very cold, and they seem to be taking in the room. And there's a visible moment of surprise there.
Yep.
As they look around at the amount of people for a start that are gathered here. And then at you next. As this person walks into the room, there's a clear moment of surprise, followed by a very obvious, oh fuck. As they go, my lord, as regular food delivery?
Ah, perfect. We were thinking about breakfast.
You wish me to store it in a regular place?
Yes, we'll come with you now.
Oh, you want me to do this for you, my lord? Such a menial task.
Okay. You see him take the handles of his cart, and he moves from your perspective to the right. So, yes.
Yeah, away from... Because we never got rid of the body, did we?
No.
No. Okay.
Shall we?
Yeah.
It's not all going to follow him.
Can you imagine though?
I'll bound up him.
Just someone who has a very routine job, and then suddenly it's just like the CEO is just like, man, so what do you do every day? I'm just going to learn how to mop the floors for me. And you're like, this is not right.
It's like undercover boss.
Yes! Except I'm
Not very undercover
anymore.
As you follow this guy, who's walking at the front?
Me? Yeah,
Would it not be
I'll bound up.
Okay. Venerian, you can see that even though he's holding a card, there's a slight tremor to his hands.
Must be cold.
I'm going to make it quite clear that I have control of this action, signaling
Can-
to walk alongside him. And then
Okay.
Can I motion for Greggy to sniff the cup?
Yeah. You do so.
Nice. He's terrified.
Without having to roll anything, Greki still starts going up and starts wagging, and the ears go up, and he looks at you with a very excited tongue out of the mouth.
It's just a cold drug dealer.
He stops at the end of the hallway, kind of awkwardly parks the cart there, very aware that everyone's looking at him, not really sure where to look. You know, when someone watches you walk and you suddenly do that thing where you forget how to walk normally. Yeah, this person is clearly having that. They're putting it down like, yes.
I think you won the initiative roll.
Are you the regular guy? I can't remember. I don't know. I mean, with all the clothes, I can't tell if you look. What's your name again?
He's like, yes, of course, sir. And it kind of looks a bit at your slightly tan skin in confusion. It's like, Kainan, sir.
Kainan.
Yes.
And how would that be spelled?
Kainen.
Ah, I was so off.
It's nice to meet you, Kainan. Do you need an assistance? You want a hand? Here's look at it.
No.
You're terrified. Don't be terrified. I'm harmless.
So, Kane, why don't you tell me what I've missed while I've been gone for
2,000 years?
What would you like to know, my lord? What could you possibly have missed? I mean, how long, as far as I'm aware, nothing of interest has happened in the village. Lord, sir.
Should I introduce you? Can I be your herald?
I need to introduce.
That's true. No, that's very true.
Yeah, definitely.
And have I been missed?
Nice! Bean!
He looks at you, properly terrified, looks around the group with just a desperate plea of help me.
Can I try and gauge to see if he actually realises who Nax is, or he's just like, oh, it's a hostile takeover again. Fuck me.
Go for it.
Again?
Yeah.
The last guy that witnessed this.
18.
18. For a start, he's fucking terrified,
Yeah.
but he seems to have clocked the position of power more than anything.
Yeah, not amulet and stuff.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a very ageless look of him, having seen several older elves and older creatures. There's a certain, even if the faces look young. There's a certain look to the faces that show that they have, been around for a bit more than a mere 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
This guy doesn't share that same look.
Does Sam have that look?
Yes.
2 things. 1, I love how you were like older elves and pointed at Erdrian, which just tickles me so many fears.
I said older, not old.
No, still, older.
You are a child.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but also, can I, as he's like trying to, like, he's looking up and down the group, can I just try and do the the it's okay movement?
How are you doing an it's okay movement?
Just like, just to breathe.
The guy's like, he's casting spells!
As you do that, you're not entirely wrong. As you move your hands up and then down, he seems to automatically kind of duck a bit.
The one day I don't cast Calm.
Who were you expecting to see?
It's fine. Answer honestly.
His lordship, of course.
And that would be?
Mr. Yuli.
Was his first name?
Mr. Yuli.
Was his first name? Rara. Ramazor.
Mr. Yuli.
I believe so.
Brilliant, thank you.
He tries very much to not look you in the eye constantly.
Okay, I'll make sure to not look at him in the eye either, just so there can be more comfort there. But not looking down, I'm just like looking over his shoulders if there's someone there. Then I realise I'm doing that, and then just like.
Whereabouts are we in the castle? Are we just awkwardly in the corridor?
Yes, you're very awkward.
Can I walk in front of him and lead him to the next room?
So he's got a small cart with him. It doesn't actually fit through the door that's there. Now, this guy clearly has a routine.
Yeah.
And he's just kind of awkwardly trying to figure out whether he should get on with it, whether you're actually interrogating him, whether this is going to be the last day of his life and he regrets his job greatly.
Shall we follow him to the village once he's done?
I'll go over to the cart and just start taking things and piling them high.
Okay.
And then I'll just lift as much as I can physically.
Okay.
Which is a fair bit compared to my size, and just walk over to him and be like, okay, where do we go?
Oh, yeah, follow me. And he, if it pleases you, sir, he grabs some boxes as well.
And I look just really young to this guy as well, though, because no context.
Still. He walks with you over through a door and then through another door immediately again, bringing you through a very crumpled tower.
Okay.
This tower has many boxes in it.
Are we?
You are, in fact, right
there.
Okay. It's a tower with many boxes, most of which appear empty.
Okay.
But it definitely seems like he has been here before and put these boxes down here before. Quick look around. This is definitely not sure if it was, but definitely at this point in time is a storage room of sorts. A small staircase leading up the way.
Okay. I can go through with them. I'll kind of under my breath, so it seems more like I'm trying to shield it from the party in that, but I'm not. So was this Ramazar person like really terrible?
Roll me a deception check.
Ooh. Should have inspired you, not that.
It's deception, right? 12.
Okay. He looks at you, and there's just so much fear on this guy's face, even though you can only really see this part of his face because it's just wrapped in scarves and just protective layers, really. It's like, of course he is.
Terrible.
No, terrifying.
Terrifying.
No. Terribly terrifying.
Okay. Did he hurt a lot of people?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Okay.
That's already.
So let's say ballpark that you don't have to worry about them anymore. How would that make you feel?
How do you mean?
As in, like, imagine that they couldn't do anything to you ever again.
Who would now be next in charge?
I don't know who would be next in charge.
Who would you like to be next in charge?
I don't know.
So was it just Ramazar that was keeping everything running? Well, was he keeping everything running, or was he just?
Sir, I don't ask questions. It's not my place to ask.
Yeah, but I'm asking questions.
I've only been delivering food for him, sir.
Okay, so it doesn't really communicate with the people over there? Nothing really?
When you say for there, do you gesture to
I gesture towards where the only source of other people that I've seen.
Yeah. No, he hasn't been out of the palace for years now, and I think the last other, actual person, he kind of glances over his shoulder towards the statues.
Mm-hmm.
Left when I was still young, and my dad brought the deliveries.
Okay.
When he says left, is that a euphemism for was murdered?
No, there's no there's no left. Genuinely says left.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
But Ramazor, he did say that Ramazor was terrible and killed lots of people.
Yes.
So
That post-murder.
did he send the statues out to do stuff, or was it just people were brought here?
He kind of looks over his shoulder at where everyone else is standing in the hallway, totally not looking over. Sam's definitely minding their own business. It's like, well...
He looks over and I'm like, it's fine, and I cast darkness in the hallway.
Again?
Nax is going to take this opportunity now we're outside to set up the telepathic link.
Okay.
Can I get some water?
As you cast darkness, he gives you an absolutely terrified look.
Backfire.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Sorry, what did you ask? It's just what I've been told. I haven't actually really seen even him much.
Oh, so it's just scary hearsay. You've never seen anyone be hurt by them or anything like that? Or is this like all stuff
my
that
dad
happened a
told
long
sorts of
time ago?
Terrible stories about it.
Like from a long time ago rather than more recent?
From his lifetime still, yeah.
Okay, but you haven't, the village and the people haven't been messed around by him since?
I don't believe so.
Okay. How's everything going over in your village?
Are you going to kill me?
No.
Maybe.
I can't do anything like that. No, look, seriously. And I wave my hand in the darkness thing and I'm like, it's just a trick. It's an illusion. It just blocks areas. I take it you don't see much of this type of thing.
No.
Casual displays of magic.
It's, well, I mean, when I deliver, there's always an escort that brings me here, but Mr. Yulian never really came out.
Does no one from your village have any sort of magical capability?
I mean... no?
Inside.
No. Bearing in mind, it's fine. We just openly do this. It's not a bad thing.
It's cool to smoke magic.
Maybe some, but if they did, I wouldn't know much about it.
Was that something that Ramazar wasn't allowing people to do?
Not per se.
Okay. Nothing in here wants to kill you, by the way. I realize that you...
Just the tower.
You're safe
Outside the room.
with the people here.
Are you sure?
Are you?
And then like I'll hear casting going on in the hallway, and I'll be like, "Yeah, look," and I'll snuff out the darkness so everybody's like halfway doing the Macarena.
Nags are like,
It's like getting like Becky RuPaul's going, who's a good boy?
okay.
Yeah.
Look at the show. Oh, look, he's coming in.
Yeah, everyone's like, pose quickly. Have you seen him?
Pay no attention to the man behind the darkness.
Did someone say something about breakfast?
I did.
What?
Yes,
What food is in the car? I just say so. Like
It's in here
I
now.
was gonna say it's no longer in the card.
Do you want to join us for breakfast?
What little of his face you see, if possible, becomes even paler.
God, why would you put that pressure on someone who's clearly terrified out of them?
I've eaten, thank you.
Okay. I can make really nice tea.
No, you're not required to eat or drink anything that you don't want to.
But you can regale us with tales while we eat.
Or that.
What would you like to know, Sir Lord?
Well, just tell us a little bit about what you know of the history here. After
Nope.
that. Any fables?
History, name of the town, like, what do you guys do there?
Survived, mostly. I mean, it's cold, you know? We hunt,
Yes.
we gather, we...
the fuck do you hunt? What creatures do you hunt?
I mean, there's creatures that come here during the summer.
There's a summer.
This is
Well,
the
it's-
summer.
It's still very cold, but there's some few berries and, you know, they draw in
Snowberries.
Dingleberry.
creatures that eat it, and they bring predators for, you know, furs and...
That's okay. Fair.
Do you guys like it here? Do you want to be somewhere else?
I mean, it's her home.
How many people in the village?
Maybe like... You see, he's never actually thought...
Just rough guess.
But it's like, you know when a place has been your home your entire life, and you've
Yeah.
never given a thought about the fact that there might be a wider world. You see, when you ask how many people are there in your village, there's a moment of like, this is my entire world. How many people, as many people as are in the world, like that moment before he
Yeah.
goes like, maybe like a 100 or so?
Okay.
That would take a while. If they wanted to leave.
Because it wants.
The tales and fables? You mean like bedtime stories, or?
Oh,
Just
yes,
as
please.
long as they're about this place. I'm just curious what.
They used to put people up in front of the open window, and we could hear screams all the way in the village.
Oh my god. I'm so sorry.
I wasn't alive yet for that.
I'm
was there?
relieved.
My dad always used to say the sorcerers who bring the winter.
Fuck me, 5 years.
This is it. There's no big bat. It's just finding out that
You were the
Max is
real
the big
villain.
bat.
Yeah, forget chaos. It's not.
There's
Always has been.
there's like an adventure party that got so close to getting to him. Yeah.
Oh my god.
He's like, well,
Apologies.
they said that in the early days, and when my gran was still alive, but I never met her, they said that there'd be screams and howling from the palace,
What a beautiful story.
and that the towers would reach all the way to the clouds,
Wow.
and sometimes they would create clouds out of the towers.
Did there used to be another village?
Well,
Impossible.
no, but we moved away from the front doors.
Fair.
Wise. How many days in a year here? From one winter to another ish. Hundreds?
From, you mean as in when there's no winter? That's maybe, I mean, if you want to count by sunrises,
Sure.
there's maybe 20 sunrises.
It's like Scotland.
Oh no.
Here's a question. This palace looks like shit.
He's like,
when did it start looking like that? Like when did like the towers crumble and stuff like that, or is that before you? Was this
Your grandmother's time?
well, she talked about it, but I don't know if she saw it.
okay? Did they tell you what happened to the palace?
I mean,
No pressure.
roll me a persuasion check.
Oh no.
Oh yes. Oh, don't oh no me. Your modifiers are gonna be something fucking ridiculous.
I rolled a 7, so 20.
Okay.
19.
Fucking bars.
You love me.
There are some of us who think there maybe was a mutiny.
There was.
People started leaving,
Okay.
Good for them.
and like every time he glanced at Nags, he's like trying to immediately look
Well, no,
somewhere
it's
else.
Jill. He also had. He was part of that. He left. I'm just spilling
Okay.
all the secrets now.
Just so you know, everything terrible that's happening to the people who already used to run this place is in favor. So you can say all the terrible things you want about the
Yeah,
person who was here
we don't like
before.
them.
We're very anti them.
We removed the previous administration.
Oh, okay.
They kept trying to kill us. It was
That's like
very-
persuasion, intimidation.
They kept trying to kill us. It got very inconvenient.
Okay, well,
We had a vote. They lost.
there are some stories that say maybe the goal was becoming futile and people started leaving and running away more than leaving.
Very sensible. They kept torturing and killing people. Why would you want to stay?
What was the goal?
I mean, the stories say that the goal was to spread winter. I know it sounds weird.
Just
And he looks around.
just look around with
Yeah,
them,
no,
like,
he
awful.
does the exact same thing.
Who would want to
Breathe.
live in a single season for their entire life? That sounds dreadful.
But I mean, yeah.
Yes. Who would like that? Sounds hideous.
Sounds like what you guys need is some global warming. Here's some instructional handbook. You know,
Breathe, Iridian. Breathe.
It's I mean, supposedly they were trying to find ways to reach other. And he seems to like try and recall something for a moment. Other, I think it was places.
Places. Yes.
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 Plates. They wanted to expand their dining repertoire.
I don't think that was it.
Hey, good for you.
I'm sorry, I'm thinking with my stomach again.
Standing up to people.
go, and I'll just like bust open the nearest crate and/or barrel.
Okay.
That's their food.
They're not on a
Our
dining
food
table
now.
where places sit.
Oh no, this is your fruit, of course. I believe there's Mr. Yuli never asked. He told me to leave as soon as possible. But I know that
So you
there's
should
a.
have tried that with us.
Yeah, if you'd just spoken to us instead of continually
Yeah.
trying to kill us, we might have been able to reach a more civilized town. Sorry,
I think
I'm not bitter.
I may have looked in the next room, and I think there's a table there. Yeah, he says that with a.
And I say with excitement. A table? I like sitting.
As you open the box, Reaver, inside you find a variety of, by the looks of it, sausages and cured meat. What looks like rounds of cheese.
Mm-hmm.
as well as jars that, especially to you at a quick glance, look like jam.
Mhm. Yes.
Fucking decadence.
So how many jars of jam?
Quite a few.
Okay. One disappears immediately. One just vanishes from the box.
Shall we go and...
Let's actually sit down for breakfast.
How long?
Do you want me to carry some over for you?
How long
Oh, carry enough for yourself.
did
Come
we?
join us.
How long has it been since we were at full?
I think it's been less than 24 hours.
It has
Yes.
been. Yes. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna blow this guy's mind. It's on. I'll take the jam. I'll uncork the jam and all.
Mm-hmm.
Was it just
It's really sour. Like there's. You think that due to the temperature,
Yeah,
there needs
I
a
get
lot
it.
of conservatives in the jam, so
Yeah.
there's not a lot of sugar in it.
Yes.
It's very sour.
Yeah. Okay.
Fortunately, I've got this candy sugar shaker
No,
that carries me
I'm
wherever I go. Should do that.
What kind of fruit did you use for this?
Just the regular
Stop.
berries? The Linda berries?
Linda.
If we're passing back and forward, you should try one of these, and I will take a pear
Blow his fucking
from my pocketed my kind of cloak. It has currently 2 pears and a couple of strawberries.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll throw him one of the pears.
Like awkwardly catches it in his gloved hand. And it's a very chunky glove, so he's a little bit of an awkward hold.
Yeah.
You see him kind of pull down the scarves.
And Reaver just eats the one that he's got. Just like, because Reaver hasn't had breakfast
now
either.
more visible suggest this particular race.
Ooh.
Roll me a perception check.
Guys.
I was looking for frostbite
Mm-hmm.
to see if the people who live here are resistant to it, or they're just
in a permanent state.
in a permanent terrible case.
27.
Oh!
Look at me, I've got the eyes.
Looks human.
Okay.
Looks not frostbitten.
Okay.
Although cold.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they're not warm, but they don't.
They don't have any magical, like, they maybe have a bit of magical
It's
resistance.
Nords.
He takes a bite, he's like, oh! Ooh! Hey, you can imagine, for someone who's never had sugar, basically, that this is really sweet.
Yeah.
So he's got that face as
you
if...
did the expression, he's doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Like, a whole big...
Quick, someone hand me a
bird
packet
tongue.
of salt and vinegar crisps.
Yeah. Like, that's an interesting fruit.
Yeah. Grows on trees.
Where are the trees?
And I'll like pick up one of the crates and like walk through towards the
That's
breakfast
a very good
area.
fucking point. Where are they getting all this wood from?
He like hesitantly
Trees growing in the cold.
looks over and then grabs a crate to kind of load it with a few things and walks after Reaver.
Where we come from, there's loads of trees.
Where are you from?
Reaver, I've just had the best idea.
No, I'm like
Do you use
I do the from massive crates.
I've got the 7th order spell that I can cast today, and that conjures enough food for 100 people for a 9-course banquet.
I don't think we can eat that much.
Why don't we go to a party in the warm, in the not cold?
And we've overthrown the monarchy party.
Yeah.
Sounds amazing.
I feel like we keep doing this.
We do! We do
Nice
keep
people.
doing this!
Yeah.
How many... Anyway.
At least this time we won't leave a power vacuum. Wait, are we going to leave a power vacuum?
Do you want to?
I don't think it's up to me.
Do you want to stay?
I don't feel like it's a power vacuum. It's just
By the sounds of it, they weren't actually doing anything.
Except from feeding this guy.
yeah.
And surviving.
They probably
which is
have
hard.
their own, administration and infrastructure and
Maybe spend some time teaching them some basic magics.
They've already got
What
some.
could go possibly wrong?
They've already got some.
Good.
I think we should go to town and make a big announcement that we've saved them all.
And throw a party.
And for a party. That we no longer need to give jam to this.
We need to come in on a dramatic parade and like.
That seems a bit overkill.
I feel like we're saying this out loud.
I'm
people.
just-
yeah.
He's taking notes.
You'd be like, did we overthrown the monarchy, correct?
Again.
Yeah, is that just
Yeah.
dude
Again.
sitting there being like, you've what?
The tyrant is dead. Long live the tyrant.
You've done what? You've upended the entire economic system?
Well, I
What?
feel like we flew over the Republican dictator who overthrew the monarchy.
Oh, okay.
And now it's a democracy. One man,
no,
one vote.
no. No. There was a god here before. It was a theocracy. Then it was a monarchy.
That is the stories, but I never.
No, legit. You should see the size of the crown.
It was big. Who has it? You or me? Nah.
It's in the bag of holding.
I was in the bag of holding it. I was like, I'll just take it out of the bag of holding.
This is
Is that-
You see him like tighten his grip on the crate that he's holding.
Do you want the crown?
No, we need that. It's an important historical artifact for Ness.
Sorry, you can't have this.
That's okay. And as he walks you slightly through the hallway to, let's see, another what looks like a really wrecked room.
Oh, God.
There's
Someone recommended.
remnants of tables.
Oh god.
Here too, there's a hole in the walls. There's a bit where the wind's blowing through. There look to be a few armor stands that are empty and toppled over. You can see remnants of maybe glass on the table,
What is
but
plastic?
shards. They're shards. But there are some seats and tables that you could probably make use of with some creative thinking.
And I, on the least fucked chairs, and there's not really those most structurally sound chairs,
Mhm.
just do little bits of mending here and there so they'd actually take someone's weight. I'm not gonna like stick this back together, puzzle jigsaw puzzle stuff, but just enough to be like, you could sit now. Maybe.
Yeah, you could find a way to like make it carry someone's weight a bit better.
It looks like there's like a whole mess of like large boulders and stuff like that
Yes.
and shit, right? I'm just gonna like
Pick one up.
spend a bit of time while people are like decanting through breakfast and stuff to grab some like rocks and like sort of prop some of the wood up so we actually have like a functioning table that isn't all buckled in the middle.
Yeah.
Like have rocks under one side, rocks under the other, so it's just sort of like a campsite, but in this grand
Creative
hall.
picnic table.
Yeah.
Kylan, did you say there aren't many trees around here?
Yeah, there's no trees around here really.
How do you keep warm? Do you have fire?
Of course we do.
What do you burn?
Dung.
Oh shit.
But you went for fire when where'd you get the wood from? And I like chop the table.
I don't know where they got this wood from.
Where'd you get the wood from? I shot the barrels.
Oh, there's well.
These are priceless relics.
When you chop it, there's a little bit of gift to it, and it feels more like
Oh no.
interwoven like interwoven weeds or straw.
Oh.
It feels more like
A woven basket.
yeah, like almost like many thinner branches that have been turned into a crate rather than one
Right.
big piece of wood.
Right.
I thought it was going to be like tacky plastic that was made to look like wood.
Made in China at the bottom.
A wood
No.
finish.
Yeah. But no, and interestingly, the table that you're trying to make somewhat functioning, that does seem to be made out of proper wood.
It makes sense. Like in the before times, they could travel between different plates.
It's imported.
Plates of reality.
Planks, that's what they were talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
A giant
what the
stack of
story
plates.
says.
Can I just quickly kind of catch that slip and just like
What's that?
in the kind of the planes, that's what they were talking about. I mean this
It's very clear.
Mm-hmm.
that's not what Kynan said.
Oh. Stories. Searching for the planes.
No, stories. Definitely.
Stories. Can I possibly insight check
Certainly.
this shifty character?
Certainly.
Shifty is terrifying.
Yes.
People can be
Terrified of
both.
getting caught.
So says the master criminal.
Ooh, that's not the best. 22.
There's a definite like, oh shit, I misspoke.
Gan, join us for breakfast, why not you?
That was creepy. We've spoken about
Was it? I was kind of going for that, but
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yes, kind of. Join us for breakfast.
Oh, that was a bit low. That was just.
No, I
too-
was taking the piss.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Shrug it kind of like.
I'm getting really mixed messages.
Well, welcome to the group.
Mixed Messages is one of my many middle names.
As he sits on the table for you all, kind of with his thick, like leathered and fur sleeve, he brushes rubble and wood chips and shards of glass off the table that you've been set
the
up
one that I've
with,
set up, I
Yeah.
cleared it. Yeah.
and like puts bits of cheese and meats and bits of jam on the table.
I removed my purple pillow from my back.
At least one person has a warm butt. Nice.
I cannot get one for myself, otherwise I will be copying you and I hate that.
Are there torches
I'm sorry,
or
I-
a fireplace or something in the room?
I'm
Send
sorry
us
to
around
continue
now.
with the sounds of your high-pitched self.
I think the dome.
Dome.
But the dome's another 10 feet. That would like.
10 feet radius, so 20 feet.
Oh,
But
cool.
also consider that when we're not fighting people, we can sit closer together.
If you're worried about being close, you can sit outside the dome.
No, I'm good.
Just Finn on the end and guys, if you want.
Cheese, trying to bite through the cheese that's frozen.
I'm so much comfier out here.
Just trying to fold everything into one spot.
Are you setting up the dome? And when you do, you'll see, kind of look around like,
No, fine. He's making a magical warm circle.
no, once it's been cast,
Yeah.
he's having a proper like,
The fuck?
pulls the scarf down a little bit.
What's weirder is it'll feel fine for you just now, and then you'll take all that stuff off, and it'll still feel fine for you just now. It's gonna be really weird.
He like very carefully removes his
Okay.
heavy cloak,
Consent.
puts it down, and has a almost like he's expecting it to snow on the spot. He's having a total like.
Just
I like to think that we're because
It's
we're
8 hours or
telepathic.
24 hours?
we are.
Yeah, no, I think because we're telepathic link, I could just hear in the back of Max's mind like, and if I drop it right now.
Are you trying to put ideas in my head?
You know, when we've all got this
Finn's alignment just.
Oh, this is what does it? Not the
No, I
murdering?
mean it's like a continual down.
Ah.
It was already fracturing.
And he kind of looks at the food, looks at all of you, just awkwardly sits and waits.
I start eating and don't make eye contact with him to like.
Okay.
I'll take a small slice of like everything.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, also to prove, there's no at no point could we have poisonous food between now and putting it out.
Why would you even mention this?
I'd have been more inclined to. There's a reason the Reaver's not eating the food that they've brought for the Overlord. That you guys have just shoved into your gobs. I'm waiting.
We've been thinking it for like years though.
Yeah. Imagine how pissed you'd be if you got poisoned. Hmm?
Oh, I mean, I can't really afford.
As he sees that people start eating, he like carefully also starts eating.
That's good because my food was an illusion. No, I'm joking.
And as you talk about poisoned overlord, I'm pretty sure they tried that a long time ago.
See?
Yeah, I tried that once. Maybe it didn't work.
With
the
tea.
tea.
That was pretty.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
what? I don't remember this.
Poison tea, remember?
No.
It was a great calamity to use tea in such a way. I'm not quite living up it.
Poisoned tea.
I know. It was a dark time.
Adrian.
Original, you sound
You
proud.
heard Greggy.
Tiny introductions. This is Raver, Finn, His Imperial Lordship masters it. No, I'm joking. This is Nax. I am Alex. This is Iridian, and that's the nearly.
And this is Greggy.
Oh yes, Greggy, good boy.
Greggy's always like stolen food and was like eating it under the table.
I need some more.
Big sausage.
I'll trade you water for some cheese and bread.
Acceptable, but I have neither. Actually, no, I do. I have crusts.
So tell us about day in the life of King now. Time.
Well, we. I mean, really, we try and survive.
No, I mean
These don't
specifically
wreck our
a day
lines.
in your life.
They have fled.
You bring food for Sarah?
Every once in a while, he needs new supplies. We bring food. A part of the. I think we'll believe that as long as he gets food without needing to ask for it, he leaves us alone.
Probably true.
And once you
Past tense. Left. He's dead now.
and the rest of your day?
Oh, I just help out around the house. It's actually my partner who goes out and looks for berries mostly. It takes a long time to gather them. You need to travel quite far for it. And, you know, there's the weather to take into account, sudden snowbanks that could give way. It's, for one jar of jam, it's really an excursion. So I make sure that the house remains warm, which is a constant task. I help the neighbors look after their animals.
What kind of animals do you keep that can survive an Everwinter?
Everwinter, I like it.
Just, you know, cow and sheep.
Okay, they have the same animals as us.
Well, that's where they got the shit to burn from, I guess.
Dung.
So that's our daily life, really. Well, mine at least.
What do the animals eat?
Mostly we try and when they gather berries, we try and pluck as many leaves as possible. We try and dry it. There's a little bit of grain that we try and grow, but it's
Challenging.
yeah, that doesn't do very well.
What do you know about before ransom, Mr. Yulik?
There's been the stories about a god, but I never believed them. But I think
It wasn't very nice.
Ramazur's been around as long as, the stories go back for us, really.
And the stories tell of better or worse times before ransom?
I mean, it all seems
Pretty
generally bad, but
Yeah, good for you.
Different
Yes.
kind of bad.
before that, it's all just terrible legend.
Continuing to eat.
Is there any threats to your village other than the
The
one that
obvious
was there? Like
Well, the
Amazon
weather
weather.
is a constant threat.
I meant people.
Oh no, there's no outsiders really here.
Okay. Man, it's grim.
I'd say we got close them apart enough to take them home. It would take a while. There's 100 of them.
Oh, I don't want to leave.
We might.
I was thinking about more like maybe bringing some people over that would be able to help them.
Ooh. Who didn't I?
Well, we've got some sort of plains ambassador with us, correct?
Why are you all looking at me?
Because you're a plains ambassador.
Imagine how good it's going to be to bring the summer to an endless winter.
You don't?
Why would I do that?
You can bring autumn. That's better than winter. Yes.
You know, Junior, if you're going to our eyeliner, you really should commit.
Coming from you, Iridian?
you trying to suggest I haven't committed to my look?
I'm going to imagine Eridrian commits to
You've
absolutely everything.
overcommitted to your look, my friend. No, I understand. That the high fashion of
Wait,
the
no,
Feywild
spring comes
can't be.
after.
Can't
My
be.
bad.
No, we're going backwards. It's fine. Can't be properly comprehended, and of course, to us lesser races, it would look tacky.
You wouldn't know good fashion if it bit you on the nose.
That's literally what I just said. Keep up.
Saving people, though.
Oh yeah, sorry.
What?
Apologies. We've been married for so long.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Is there any other ways out of this room that
Yes.
aren't the way that we came in?
Yes, there's one door.
Is there like a guard at it or anything like that?
Yes, actually, there is a statue standing in the corner of this room.
Is it near the door?
Yes.
I will go to the guarded door that's no longer guarded because Nax controls them.
It definitely looks at you, but doesn't otherwise do anything.
As soon as it looks, I'll do the walk up and then like walk backwards. And then once it does nothing, walk forwards again. Like kind of like.
No, the head does that like, but otherwise it doesn't move.
I wonder how I tag people is really full.
As I'm reaching for the doorknob with my back turned to it.
Opening this door.
Yeah.
It immediately just like you open a door and it just falls over. Yeah.
Not gonna lie, your colleagues had fucking shit taste in their work.
My colleagues, this
I-
is after we were here. This is Ramsar. He's clearly no respect for the place.
Over to the. I'm like, is this a fixer-upper or are we just knocking it down and starting again?
Walking into the room. This looks to be another tower.
Another tower.
Yes.
These people.
You can imagine this one too would have gone up high once. The floor here seems like it once would have been very open and empty. There's nothing except for one singular, what looks like an altar in the middle.
Oh no.
Uh-huh.
Next to it,
That's more suspicious music shit.
there are some manacles on the floor.
Great.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
It is very, very, very cold in this room.
Mm-hmm.
You also see immediately across from the door, there is another statue. This one is not holding a mace. This one is in two hands holding what probably would have once been a beautiful ceremonial weapon and is now holding a very rusted looking dagger.
I'm not there.
And you see as you walk in, it goes.
No. Is there any ice buildup on the altar?
Yes.
What color is it?
Blue?
Seriously?
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah. Is this like a sacrificial altar? Is there gonna be any red in that house?
There's no red, but there's definitely like, the long faded color brown.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Okay.
There is also a lot of ice build up on this altar, and actually it almost seems like there's cold emanating from this room to you.
Fuck. Okay, I will look at the thing, I'll like feel the cold coming off of it, and then realize that it's colder closer to it in the winter world. And then I'll just shake my head about turn and walk back out and be like, I think I found something that may be of great interest to you, Nax. It's maybe a source of cold.
A source of cold.
I don't know.
That's not my heart.
Kynan, you might want to put your ghost on.
No, we've seen that though.
Oh, thank you.
If Nax leaves, the bubble will disappear.
This is
Oh,
true.
thank you, sir. Sir Ridrian, sir.
Just a Ridrian is fine.
Okay, sir.
Oh, is it? I have to call you sir.
Well, yeah, because you two are married.
No.
It's not that kind of marriage thing.
Yeah, you wouldn't know. You totally down.
Yeah.
Is everyone finished eating? I
Uh,
feel bad about leaving you to the cold
Well-
water, so we can-
Greg is on his 4th sausage.
A wolf after my own heart.
I take the death as hands as well.
Okay.
Go with Fever and see what's what.
Does that
Okay.
dagger look like the same dagger that Nax stabbed his heart out with?
No.
Okay.
Um,
But it's like same zigzaggy shape of the road.
So that was my dagger. That was from like really early, and I sold it recently. I forgot I had so many personal memories.
this looks like
Oh god, personal memories.
it looks a little bit like a curved dagger. It's slightly longer than your average dagger, and the blade itself is quite not thick but broad. It's also very much rusted over.
As we approach this room, does Kynan have any like, oh, it's the murder room, or I wonder what this room might
Well,
be?
he's not approaching with you for a start. He's
Also-
just staying where he is.
Also,
There's a-
Kynan barely thought that this was a table in this room rather than firewood.
Fair.
Is it very ingrained rust, or is it something that I could just press this cheat?
Looking at it, it looks like it's ingrained rust, unfortunately.
Only be polished with blood.
To you, next, the magic here, because there's definitely magic, exactly, seems to be the altar itself, where you can, under the layers of ice, you can definitely make out some runes.
Are we going to chip away the ice?
Let's have a week.
Are there any traps?
I don't know.
Oh, which room?
How thick is the ice build-up? Dense? Okay. I will spin the scythe and turn it into a hammer.
Mm-hmm.
And just...
You all hear like the horrible sound of layers of ice.
I'm hoping that the,
Pricking against each other.
magical essence of whatever's under it is going to keep it solid.
You see a bunch of the ice break, and it takes you a few whacks
Oh, yeah.
to kind of get chips off of it, and eventually, you get the one big chunk that you can take off, and then it's fairly easy to get the rest sorted. The altar below it is flawless, even under your
Nice.
repeated hammering.
And then I'll take it, I'll dispel it and then summon the scythe back because I don't know what's going to happen. And then
Okay.
What's it say?
It is definitely arcane runes, so you can either arcana check it.
Oh, my name was.
A 1d4.
just thinking about how just thinking about how in real life, how like visually, every time we go to do anything, Finn's like, guidance. I'm like, ah.
Oh!
So 24 plus 10, 34.
34. Okay.
What? Oh,
This looks a little similar to something you have seen before, but much more focused. You've seen something similar once in the basement of the God King's palace.
oh fuck.
This is a summoning circle. However, this summoning circle is very, very specifically attuned to what you think is an elemental affinity. And it definitely requires a very specific component, let's put it that way, to activate it.
Is it blood?
Who can tell?
Is it a good night's rest?
Surprise! We're not actually in the Frostfell.
The blood fell.
There's to you it looks a bit like most people here have seen Full Metal Alchemist, I think. Equal exchange to summon something. An equal amount must be given.
Oh God! How many people have we killed to try and kill us?
Oh, fuck.
That's on him.
And he's dead now.
Doesn't
Does it look like it's been used recently?
Roll me an investigation check.
You said the blood was brown, so it's white.
Suck at investigation. 7.
7.
Bram.
I mean, there's no footsteps, but then again, this is also a frozen over room, so.
10 minutes ago, 10,000 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. What is time?
I'll be like, are we wanting to do anything with this?
Can we do anything with this?
I mean,
So it's an equal thing. So we could find out like the vibe of it just for a thing before something or something.
yeah, give me 2 seconds, and I will leave the room. And I will leave that room, and I'll go down the corridor, I'll go to the other room, and then I'll go to the other room, go back to the other room where the corpse of that dude's lying.
Yeah, I see
and I'll
where
just
you're
sort
going.
of like flip the body over, lift the head up, and walk all the way back.
Surprise!
It'll take a bit of going, so probably.
Yeah, okay.
But, the punchline is going to be me walking past.
I figured.
Walking past Kynan, holding the body and the severed head of Ramazan.
Who, unless anyone wants to do something in between, the moment you do that, what little color he had,
Oh, Creeper!
and he takes a step back and has a total like.
Be considerate!
Oh, sorry, and I'll turn the head away from him.
Weirdly, there's a little bit of a. Despite himself.
From the decapitated head.
No, from Kynan.
I'll just walk quickly through the room. To
Okay.
See, I told you we weren't lying. I say to Kynan.
I'll just bundle them down. Not anywhere near the actual thing.
Okay, I thought you meant straight on the altar.
Just like,
yeah, exactly.
Let's go.
Do we want to do this?
No.
Is there any more specifics
I'm
on the
comfortable
altar
with this.
indications?
Oh.
There's definitely a casting component to it as well.
Is
Yes.
this a corpse for a corpse?
And can I extract any memories of the past of this from my...
I need to check to see what it does. Whether it's
So
worth destroying or not. Or if I need to hallow the ground.
both from the past, but also just from the incredibly high roll that you have right now. This was used and could be used to summon some form of ice elemental of varying strength. And it was used many a time to the point that you're almost you have the passing thought of like, oh yeah, it's a summoning altar. There's probably about 20 prisoners that we could use for that. And then you catch yourself in the thought. You're like, oh wait a minute.
We didn't really kill them. We more just like changed their path in life. Just thinking like the thing we used in Doctor Who.
Yeah. You upgraded them.
We've been upgraded.
But there's definitely how casual that thought is almost catches you off guard a little bit.
Ooh.
So we're not talking like bringing anything back or...
No, I don't think it's anything quite as mongering as that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's cool.
I thought considering the themes, it might, make it colder.
On a scale...
It's cold around them. I would want to hug.
Strangely enough, Max, the thought of you hugging anybody gives me chills.
On a scale of person to ice element of Eborg Delzoom.
I think Igor Valzine would be beyond ice elemental.
But circling back almost to being like...
No, just more cold.
Huh.
Are you asking if we can overflow the altar?
Me? No.
Don't stay character. But yes, we should totally do that. They don't use signed ins.
Do we keep it here? Do we destroy it? Or, like... Because if it's generating the cold.
I mean...
We should ask someone who knows better than us.
Can I take a look at this and see if there's...
What?
What will happen if we break the important magical relic thing?
Shut up.
I learn.
Summoning circle in the God King's basement. Reaver managed to hack away at that eventually.
Yes.
19 on insight.
So I know it's
Yes,
not
I've been possessed.
indestructible. So I know it's not indestructible,
Uh-huh.
but it takes a fair whack, no pun intended.
Yes. It's, in essence, a magical item, which is hard to destroy. And this seems to have withstood the test of time.
Ooh.
Didn't we have to do a significant amount of stuff to destroy... Was it the Lich's phylactery, where you two had to work in unison with each other and there was a big...
I think that was more because it was an undead related
Yeah, I think this is on a
book.
this is on a different tangent.
This is
That
more,
was out
it's
of
just
character,
indestructible.
because Oritrium wasn't there.
What?
You suddenly remember.
We have to burn that book. I want a divorce. Yes! I got Marissa!
Yes.
Yeah, no, different alignments for that. I think that was a specific.
That was, yeah.
Maybe a dragon who always keeps the temperature really warm and temperate might appreciate a bit of tribute. You mentioned it was a jewel. What's the actual object description? I didn't quite catch that.
So it's an altar.
But the altar is the sword.
Yes,
Yeah.
the altar is the magical item.
Okay, I thought. Sorry, that's unfortunate.
If we're using the magical item analogy, would dispelling magic around it have anything to do with...
Only one way to find out.
Okay.
That's right. You can ask your
Mega
god.
gnarly and magical items that seem to be like, whoa, this is like
I mean,
hella
with
powerful.
Like
a, with a 31.
on a scale of common to legendary, how gnarly?
Like, you know, this is summon a potentially powerful being to what you think would probably be servitude kind of magical item. Fairly unique, if anything. It's pretty
Should we
powerful.
hack at it?
I already hacked at it. You'd need something more than hacking at it. Because I wasn't being very careful when I was breaking the ice.
Well, I'm willing to give something a shot if people are wanting to destroy this.
What will happen if we do?
But
Couldn't get any colder.
can I just check to see if it's attached to the floor?
Yeah, certainly.
I will I'll try and jam this out and lever it forward
Okay.
to see if it comes loose.
Having just a general look at it, it looks like, for a start, you can't get your scythe under it.
Mhm.
And it almost looks to be made out of the same whitish material.
Okay. I'm not going to go into the whole like I could just chisel right now.
You could certainly try.
Well, I'm not the strongest. I'm not as by any stretch of the imagination, but I do have a fire and holy based spell that could do a bit of work on it, or I could just try dispelling it.
Regardless, Reaver takes like 10 paces back.
Mm-hmm.
Fire and holy based spells, no worries.
Max, do you want to give it a go first, or do you want me to try and exhaust myself and then you come in and just do it in an effortless?
I mean, if anyone's going to try and dispel it, it'd probably be needs to be me, but I feel
I mean,
it's quite powerful.
it's your
thing.
dicks. So yeah.
Beg your pardon?
I don't know what.
It says dicks.
Digs. Oh, I was like,
What did you think I said?
phallic about this thing.
Oh, right!
How did you know tieflings have two? It was a surprise to me.
I thought I had a thing, man.
I'm going to leave the room and go back to where Kynan is.
Okay. Alex is still there as well.
Yeah, just chatting with Kynan. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What's Kynan like to do in his spare time? Just want to pass the time in the village with nothing.
Oh, there's
Like, what you do for fun?
I mean, we have regular gatherings where we just get together and well, we drink and we keep warm. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, sounds like...
We try and make merry.
Sounds like home, yeah. Do you have questions about where we're from?
How do you have trees?
I would like to show you a bit about what it's like using magic without pressing it. Would that alarm you, or would that be okay?
That'd be okay. Take a step back.
And take a deep breath. I can show you the world. And use a major image to create like this space. That is like, and imagine photos from someone's holiday. We've got like a 3D slideshow of some of the places we've been.
You got that like tick 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 in the background.
Yeah. Every time it changes, there's a.
Yep.
Everything distorts in there.
Yep.
So for the dragon slides and the chaos slides and all that.
Definitely no chaos.
Okay, the murder.
There's one slide in there of the Sam on Sam, and you're like, no.
Oh, that one should be in there. That's for a different.
As you show him, for a start, trees. He very hesitantly walks around it, tries to touch it.
Yeah.
As having a total like, whoa.
Pretty fucking cool. Like we have mountains, but it's not as cold as here, and we just Orion's beautiful snow. Remember that scene I took a screenshot of? Beautiful like sunset leading back to Jarlanka in the far distance, and the sea and everything.
Was that before or after the avalanche?
That was before the avalanche. Before the avalanche, before the giant, and before the maze fragment buried in the temple.
So
before that, killed the barbarian. Anyway.
You must always be so warm.
Oh.
Does he say that in like a jealous way or a like concerned way?
Bit of both.
Probably.
On the one hand, that kind of like, oh, I'm not having to worry, but at the same time, oh, you must always be so sweaty. Like,
Scottish person in Spain, like.
yeah, exactly. It's nice for a
Almost
wee.
just like a bubble.
Yeah.
Almost like this for you?
Yeah.
You get used to it.
Amazement and concern.
Yeah. This is kind of amazing, but I hate it.
He also occasionally is very much trying to like look over and listen in a little bit on what's happening in the other room, because he's definitely a little bit curious now that there's no imminent.
Aware that they're doing interesting things as well, and Sam is insatiably curious. Like the illusion just slowly moves.
Every slide is
half a foot in that direction. Just,
okay.
Yeah.
Reaver walks out the room. At this
Reaver
point,
comes
it's
walking
like,
out.
Like into an illusion, like.
Yeah.
To say nothing.
Spiders!
Yes. It's a beautiful place. Much more, I suspect, varied than this.
Very colourful.
You sound like you don't approve.
It seems a lot.
I guess. There's always something more.
It seems a lot.
I thought that until I saw more, and that's definitely worse.
Share a look with Weaver and a glance at Eritrea.
So,
Oh yeah, there's like a thing in there that makes the placeholder.
Oh.
I don't know why this place would need one of those, but there is one.
Is that because?
I'll continue.
Just some beers from the back of the altar.
Yeah. I'll
Well, how does it work? Can
I'll
we turn it
continue
off?
to the storage room.
Can we
Okay.
turn it off?
We're trying.
You said,
Okay.
can I go home now?
If you want.
Probably for the best. Finn's using holy fire.
Okay,
And
it's time to leave.
I'll
this.
just, I'll just, do you need food deliveries here again?
I don't think so. Do you want us to swing by and host a, let everyone know that Ding Dong the Lich is dead? It's a song.
Would they appreciate the head brought on like a stick or something? You know, it's like, is that
An
would that be
ornament.
beneficial or not
An
beneficial?
ornament.
Actually,
Asking the next questions.
actually, hold on. And he walks to the storage room, takes out an empty crate. I mean, are you sure you won't miss it?
We've got plenty.
Wow, I had some very grand plans for some nice interior decoration with it, but I mean, if it would benefit you, I can.
I think some people might feel happy seeing it.
By all means, Beaver, hand him on his head.
Thump.
He's a bit of like, it doesn't squelch too much because, you know, it's frozen solid.
It was
by
also
now.
sitting in the snow for a bit
Yeah,
there as well.
exactly.
So,
So-
in fact, it was probably that.
Man, this head is going to last forever.
It's a pretty, yeah, exactly. There's some bits are now
Yeah.
stuck to, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, put something over it. Like, thanks. Oh.
Before you head on your way, Kanye, could you just point us roughly in the direction of where you do your, farming, gathering? You mentioned a little bit of grain.
Oh, yeah, it's, and he, like, points over towards, where the entrance of the palace is into the direction of the village itself. It's like, slightly, so if you enter the village, to your right, you'll see a mountain that has a small peak and then immediately kind of transitions into a larger peak. A little bit into that direction. You can't really miss it. It's really obvious.
Perfect. Thanks very much.
Do you need someone to walk you back to the village, or are you okay?
Oh, I'll be fine.
Okay.
He like goes to get his little card.
Wish you and your partner well.
Oh, thank you. It was
Strange, interesting.
interesting meeting you all.
That's the one we hear most often.
Thanks, I suppose. And he kind of jiggles the box, and then the box make a ding ding noise. He's like, oh. Bye. And it turns to the statues. So like, I'm gonna leave now.
Hi.
Walks out, and you hear slowly like a scarred recede.
He was nice.
Should I go keep an eye?
He's competent. He's been here many times.
Yeah.
Oh, we know him well. We can describe him.
just wondering how.
Sam can appear in his dreams.
Oh, before he goes,
Yeah.
can I ask how long it takes to get from here to the village?
Oh, it's like a
Week.
short 2-hour walk.
Oh.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Yes.
I'll test the waters with this dice. I'm just going to cast a casual lowish level dispel magic at it and just see how much it rebuffs.
Did you say casual wish level?
Lowish.
Yes, I wish this was gone.
Yeah. Casual 9th level.
Honestly, Nax would.
Roll me I believe it's
The DC, the 10 plus level.
yes, and you just roll straight up arcana, or sorry, straight up spellcasting without proficiency, I believe.
Ooh. Very high. 12.
12? You cast it and just like duck off a water speck?
No, water off the duck's back.
Water off a
Like,
duck's back. Water off a duck's back.
Yeah.
It just slides off the altar now.
Well, that didn't go to plan.
Like a duck in a waterfall.
Cool. Let's get into. I knew that was the reason I loved you. There, split into 3 parts and bury each of them on a different plane.
Have a go at splitting it into 3 parts.
Okay,
I'd like to watch this.
Excellent. I would like to approach the stone altar and persuade it to split into 3
How do you persuade it?
with my words.
What words do you use?
Hello there, you chunk of stone. Have you considered the benefits of divesting?
Stone gives you the cold shoulder.
Oh, she threw a pun in there as well.
I feel like you had the pun prepared and we're just waiting to use it. I accept my fate.
I thought you were maybe going to go for like an actual spell, but no. I would like to go up the small staircase that's in the
storage room?
The storage room.
Okay.
Because while people are poking things, I'm going to go poke other things.
Okay.
If that doesn't work, I'll find a Reaver in a minute.
What you find is what looks like would have once been a kitchen. And this, if you hadn't already seen the rest of the palace, this would have been the biggest indication that there's only one person who lives here. Because in this space,
there's 1 fork.
You don't just find 1 fork, but you do find dishes for 1, dirty. And on the ground here, there lies a small makeshift bed.
Oh wow!
And it looks like basically there's most of the floor is covered in rubble. And there's just this one area that is clearly somewhat frequently used and is, I don't want to say clean, but
yeah,
clear, if you will.
Jeez.
I almost feel bad.
I feel like Nax maybe this was maybe a mercy. Look, can I? Is there anything that I can like? Is there anything there that I can like look through, or is there like a trunk, or like a case, or like a?
Is there
a
magazine?
Like a anything that's sort of.
So.
Like a pillow, like.
A dagger can breathe.
Like maybe like nighttime dagger pillow or.
Going over towards his bed, it's actually a little bit smelly, even in the cold.
Oh.
It just smells of sweat and not washed bedding.
Like I've seen Nax like prestidigitate things like just so it's just like oh that's a bit annoying I'm prestidigitating. I'm like thinking like I'll look back at the dishes, the still dirty dishes, and I'm
still
like
dirty dishes. There's one thing that catches your eye here.
Huh?
There's a bowl, just a simple wooden bowl next to the bed that is filled with was probably once water. It's now just ice, but it looks clear, as if this wasn't a build-up over time. Someone poured water into this bowl, and it has frozen entirely. That stands out a little bit.
When Ramazar was like casting spells, he was casting them directly, right? He wasn't using an object to do it.
No. He's casting fairly directly.
Yeah. That's what I was starting to think as well. I was like, Nax can click his fingers and like just torch the place. Like he set the room on fire, but he can't clean his.
And he can't keep his water liquid.
Now the ice is clear. This looks like weird, fresh ice. Yeah, it sounds a bit weird, but it's fairly free of blemishes. It's not like a river that's been frozen.
That's pure ice.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Reaver's going to do his magic test, which is hit it with something and see if it chips.
It chips. It's a solid block of ice.
No, the bowl.
The bowl also. Yeah.
I love how that's your detect magic.
Yeah, I don't have to take magic. I'm just like, I take like a small knife and just
Detect magic.
and like nick the edge off it, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah. And that's a bit weird because it seems weirdly clean almost.
I'm starting to think the more and more we see it, like, he was the cult. That's it. I don't think anyone else is really kind of here.
So what's the goal? What's the next move?
Let's go to village.
I think, yeah, the village is a good idea. Sorry, Richard, you were saying something?
Before we leave, I'd quite like to give them a little bit of a parting gift over at the village.
Sorry, I thought you were going to do a party gift.
Fireball. Let us warm your bones.
I was thinking something a little bit more practical.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna help the crop yields.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm just... So,
Finn, you sound so surprised.
where was this for the wine business? Oh, that is the wine business.
Yeah, that's
Sorry.
There's a
I
reason.
thought you had a naturally green thumb. I didn't think it was, magic. Oh, we need to relabel.
Finn, I'm from the Feywild. It is natural.
Also, Finn, strawberries take more than an evening to grow.
We had wine in like a few days.
Yeah.
Did we?
What?
I thought they were already established bushes.
So,
I thought you were good at this kind of thing.
Listen.
wait, don't you get like herbs and stuff from the garden?
Yeah, but we come back after like a few weeks.
Yeah, but like, did you not notice when you trimmed them? Did you go back out the next day and grab the next? Finn!
When you think about it, Finn,
You're like
Wow.
walking past
they
the donkey
did
leaves
grow
like,
back really, really fast and quickly.
Yeah, you know what? That's
okay, a lot has happened, but I remember you saying that's the reason you were planting them there.
I was planting them there just because I wanted to have herbs in the garden. I didn't realize we're gonna have a fucking thriving little.
You started up a wine business in a week.
It still counts as organic,
With
if that's
no-
what you're worried about. Okay.
No GM crop here. And
my God.
Fair enough. Well,
Nax, how are you like holding up with all this? Is it because this is
It's a bit of a roller coaster.
yeah.
I don't really know if I'm good or evil.
can I cast?
You can be significantly neutral.
I'm detect good evil doesn't get alignment. It just is.
I prefer to think of it as self-interested.
So far, if it makes a difference, Nax, I think that the party seems to have a lot of us seem to have quite a terrible before meeting each other type of period in our lives where there may have been some really bad things happened or done really bad things.
Opposite way around for me.
Me too.
You did all the terrible things?
After I met you, yes.
I'm a really bad influence.
I have noticed.
I would have said
okay.
most of what we did sounds like it's an improvement. A good scale.
Okay, mostly me and Sam.
Hi.
No, you did some fucking really shitty things.
I also had shitty things happen. Just never
Finn, you
mind.
were a pirate.
Privateer.
What's
Semantics.
I missed some of the words. What was the only thing that we did? Are we terrible or good?
We're terrible. What I'm trying to say is like the now we're good.
Aw.
You know, the change.
Does that mean you'll still kill me?
Yes.
Okay.
Only if you become terrible again.
Yes.
That was the point.
I mean, you
You're
would
fun.
jump at the chance to sit in Chaos's good graces. So.
I wouldn't jump.
You got Tom.
I was going to make an inappropriate comment there, but I won't lower myself to such standards.
How long would it take
I
to
saw the
get
slide, Sash.
About 2 hours if you walk.
2 hours if we walk.
Yeah.
Right. Fuck, that's 2 hours in like.
Significantly shorter if we fly.
Yes. You would be flying though through -30 wind.
We could run to catch up with what's his face. Just run after him saying, "Don't worry, it's okay."
It's not Harry the poor guy anymore.
What's the distance roughly? From here, from the castle to the village.
A 2-hour walking distance, which I definitely know how
Do
much it
we-
is in kilometers or miles.
Well, it's a 2 hour, a 2 hour walk through blizzard and waist high snow. It could only be, like a kilometer.
You can see it from the palace.
It would, yeah. The reason, what you've seen is, and you're smart enough to infer, the reason it probably takes some time is, yes, the weather conditions are shit. But you're also walking through a little bit of a valley. So there is a descent which you recently learned in snowy conditions comes with its own dangers. But there's also a bit of an uphill climb.
It's Edinburgh. We're going to go uphill, up, downhill to the
Yes.
village.
Here's my other question.
Mm-hmm.
The spell Water Walk.
Does not work on snow.
Okay, good to check.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to Legolas this bullshit. That's all I'm
No,
saying.
you're not Legolasing this bullshit.
Has anyone got a fire-based cantrip?
Look at the next.
You want to melt it in front of us and go behind and
Yeah. One of them
create
uses
some
water.
sort of
I have a
vehicle.
cold-based cantrip. I've got 2 of those.
Silver Surfer style. One
yeah, I mean,
person
you can
mounts
ice
while
it
the other
behind
person
us,
forwards.
so leave no trace. So we've got
You
rear end in the middle.
stand on the person who has the fire gun.
Oh, actually, we've got those tuning forks. I'd quite like to look at the tuning forks in more detail.
Yeah. Go for it.
Investigate them properly in arcane manner.
Do you, in an arcane manner, do you want to make an arcana check?
Yes.
Dude,
Because I suck at the other kind of investigation.
did we deduce last time that one of them was...
Oh my god!
God, man! Spinning time turner.
Do you wish to spend your time, Turner?
Yeah, go on.
Yay! Spinning time turner.
So I do want to have a d6 roll for that.
What happened?
I rolled 2.
2, okay. Give me a second.
Finn ages horribly.
I get Benjamin Button.
2.
A bit regressed.
Okay. Okay. For a moment, it feels like everyone around you slows down. Now, in technical terms, you would be getting an additional action. I would say that for this, I'll let you get an additional roll. Because why not?
Oh my god, it's still not great. It's 18 them.
I was going to say
I used that.
And
there is a guidance.
Oh, is there
Yeah, he did cast
The
guidance.
slow motion.
Oh, it's
Finn just
4, so that'd
Okay.
be 22.
22. Okay.
hey!
So, to the rest of you who are watching, you see Nax's eyes go over these forks, trying to read them, and the eyes just move unnaturally fast for a moment. And those of you who pay attention can see a kind of whirling, whizzing motion in the necklace that he's wearing.
Okay,
To you, Nax. Looking at this, you've cast Plane Shift, so you're somewhat familiar with that spell now.
You what?
Just right now.
Well, shit.
Yeah, I actually dinged the rod. Was like, where
You
does
have
this go?
cast in the past tense Plane Shift.
Can you imagine?
And interestingly, you never used any components when you cast that. And you arrived here without issue.
It's because you're fork.
However,
Yoom.
looking at these tuning forks, they look like they would be a material component needed or used for the plane shift spell. It's almost like you've got a if you think of the incantation, it's almost like there's a gap in it where the runes on these plane shift forks would fit into. However, there's a certain type of attunement that you think happened to these forks, and there's something odd about it. And the best way to describe it is as if someone were to explain to you where the constellations were and you don't recognize the coordinates for them. There's it looks like they are attuned to something, but the attunement feels off to you. It doesn't seem familiar at all, and not just in a I've never seen this unfamiliar way, but it just seems wrong. It's almost as if someone wrote down coordinates only using like a y-axis or something. Like there's just something that does not feel correct to you.
So it feels like, to me, they wouldn't work, or does it feel like they would work but do something
It feels like right now, to the best of your knowledge, you think that these are, as you know the world to be, attuned wrong.
Right.
Wait.
And to be usable would need reattuning.
Okay.
Attuned to the world or attuned to the spellcaster?
To next, they are attuned to these coordinates that
Don't
seem,
exist.
yeah, exactly, that don't seem to exist.
Does it look like they can, that I
them,
could
but couldn't work.
attune them, like, go, okay, I've got wait, and this is the new, you know.
You roll me an intelligence check.
There was a problem playing with someone there, that coordinate system doesn't exist.
Just straight
That circle
intelligence.
is missing.
Could be a,
20.
could be a coordinate
20,
into a
okay.
gap.
Or that there is no gap because the because the adjoining borders have been smooched together, and it's just you can't aim for space that. It's like in a spreadsheet when you delete the column and it just says ref. Yeah?
Oh, yeah, but,
Reaver's being like,
Spreadsheet. You think that to attune to certain places, you'd probably need something to link it to, so to say. So if you were to be familiar with an object or a person that is somehow linked to a specific place, you think that you could probably do it, but without having any form of reference at all. You don't think that you can just like override the coordinates, so to say. There's definitely a magical attuning component here where it needs to match itself to something. So if you were to, again, have an object that comes from a specific plane, or you knew a person that would come from there, then you do think it would be possible for you. Yes.
Imagine hitting it off each of the party members' heads.
There's also definitely there. It's almost like you now realize that plane shift, when you cast that spell, you almost feel like you cast it at I don't want to say incomplete, but like you cast a simplified version of plane shift, and this would add on an additional part to the spell that would allow you to travel potentially further.
Oh.
Chevron 7.
8.
I'm not familiar with car advertisements either, so I don't get it.
Oh, honey.
I don't like cars.
I thought, okay.
Just make the battle instead of.
We have a lot. Never
I
mind.
completely missed what you were talking about.
I made a Stargate reference.
You
We can edit
realize
that.
a chevron's also a type of car.
Yeah, but which is a more common usage?
For you, the Stargate one probably, yeah.
Chevrons don't exist in this country.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
For me,
I instantly went.
Anyway. That's what you get from it.
Okay.
Hmm.
We maybe could use this for some interest.
Fine. Interesting, because that
Use your
sounds.
imagination.
I don't want to.
Anything exotic from the world you have no idea. Because that could be fun.
No, I just want to go back to that nice beach.
Can we get back again?
Try. Yeah, probably. Okay. Tune it to one of you.
If to get here we used you to fill in the gaps in whatever spell it was you were casting. And I just pointed to the area.
Oh shit! Use you to fill in the gaps.
If we were thinking about going to visit your dad.
Because we could get home via that. Yeah?
How many
Do you
points
just, like-
again? 2?
No, there's like a handful.
Oh, handful. Oh.
Yeah. I'd say,
Wolverine.
I would say probably for keeping track of purposes, let's say there's 8.
Oh, okay, fine, let's go.
Do you just like pluck one of my wing feathers, or
I mean, if you want us to pluck it,
That sounds like-
I could try
sounds
without
like-
the plucking though.
I bet stuffed with angel feathers would just like be comfortable for like 60 seconds and then flat.
Or it could be the best sleep of your life. But also the morality of the fact that you're sleeping on a bed of age. Nax, I think there's a new bed option for you at the house. No.
You're encouraging him to evil.
I'm not encouraging to you. It was a joke.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Where
coming
did-
from me.
Where did your accent go there, son? Oh my god.
No, I was doing a low voice.
Oh, okay. So I just thought another character was coming. I need to prepare myself.
Yes, I'm a werewolf now.
Sir.
Yes.
Oh god, that is terrifying. But also
Wait.
fascinating.
Never mind.
Are we done? Yeah, let's maybe just... Village. We
What
were
do you guys
going
wish to
the
do?
Village.
I'd like to go to the village and like introduce them to hot meals.
I mean, they probably
They
have
have
warm
meals.
meals. They
They
said they
still-
have fire.
Not like this.
Yeah, we shouldn't now be able to turn up without the monster to instantly kill us because we're
No, they'd be
getting
terrified
bad.
of us because
Good
we're
point.
terrified. But, you know.
But we've got someone giving us a bit of a rep.
Nags? If you cast your bubble around the altar, will that stop its ability from escaping?
For 8 hours.
Nax, we're
I have
going
to
to
stay there.
Can you not stay there?
Here's a question. The bubble, is that a fixed space around you?
Oh, that thing.
No, it originates from me, but you've seen me walk around the bubble plenty of times.
So,
Because I was just
So
thinking
clear
like,
otherwise.
I'm not just like, sorry guys.
well, no, it's just if like you could use like
football, like.
that's literally what I was thinking about, like just absorb footballing our way towards the village.
As you're talking about like how we're gonna get to the village, the wind just kind of comic timing, blows a bit of snow in and it sends a bit of a shiver down your spine.
I mean, I could get there really easily.
I bet you could.
So apparently you don't feel, as a spirit, you don't feel the cold. Can recommend it.
I don't.
Although I can't really remember how I did it properly.
The coldest problem.
Wait.
Oh, we made it so far.
Did we
Without one reference.
Did we have anything in like any of the God King's journals that mentioned anything about the plains,
Yeah.
other than the weak
Yeah.
points?
I've got a list of people that the God King, chatted to. I know there's an Astral Sea because we have that lovely necklace that lets us travel, but not because we're too weak to use it. I know there was I know the God King spoke to the who's that person you really don't like? Like Tatiana, but like so all of them? How lonely. The Queen of the Bad Elves. Is that what we're calling them? Yes? Okay. And there was...
Which is still something that might happen, right? Did we ever get to the...
About the bad elves making more winter.
What? No, what? No, the... Did the
Sorry.
bad elves want to make winter as well?
It's, well, yes,
Yes.
in principle, but like in a different way.
I feel like you should have invested in bad elves rather than these statues.
I'm glad they never met them.
Are the statues hollow? Or are there bad elves inside the statues?
We asked this.
No, they're not. They're solid.
Okay.
There you go.
Here we go.
Like Orion isn't getting overrun by bad elves right now when we're here, right?
Elder Brian, Queen of Frost, a lesser demon, an insubordinate solar. Interesting.
What's a solar?
It's a very powerful kind of angel. We met one we met someone who claimed to be one in the maze.
The one that you fucked up.
Yes. I found her really attractive, but that was because she magically charmed me.
Are you insight check?
Down.
You don't need to insight something that you know to be blatantly false. Yeah, really in the soft wings. Baphomet, Demon Prince of Beasts.
Jesus.
Nurgle, I don't know what that is. It might be a small, fluffy puppy.
This
maybe?
is something that the
God King.
Continue.
A Sindar Shaman. Do we know what that is?
Isn't that?
You've heard the term Sindar several times. Refers to a type of elf.
Type of it.
Wasn't that the? No, the Finn isn't thinking this and isn't saying this. Wasn't that the kind of the tribe of elves?
What are you thinking about? Who are you thinking about?
No,
Which face are you thinking about? Say the name.
A vampire. No.
I don't want Finn to start bleeding out his nose, but was that the tribe from where the elf that cursed Soren came from, the one that's cyclically melting my brain from millions of miles away?
Which one? Think really hard for.
Bless you. Look what you did!
This is what happens if you break a gas. You start sneezing.
Geese.
And
You're not sure?
an unnamed ancient
Just
dragon,
Anguish, actually.
as well as the false gods.
That's
as
pretty
well.
much all of them.
Yes, we did.
You never accused them of being false. You just said they've not got a patch on the natural forces of power that are overwhelmingly amazing.
No, I think they were referring to all of them, right?
Mm.
The ones that called themselves gods. I can imagine they would be.
Okay, so
Because that's what religious types tend to do. They say everybody else's gods are not as good as their god.
I
right?
wouldn't know. The only person I worship is me.
That's.
Reassuring?
I was gonna go false.
No, it makes sense if you saw
Yeah.
the slide projectors.
Those were private.
You should have kept them so.
As well as a list of many commoners whose names I shall not list because that's where the post ends
Okay.
in the war chat.
Fuck is a Nurgle?
I don't know. I think it must be some sort of maybe a magical creature that can see the future.
It sounds small.
It does sound small. It really does. And a little bit cute.
Yeah, like
I thought a Nurgle's that thing you did when you rub your knuckles against someone's hair.
That's what I was thinking of. That was what I was thinking of.
I was thinking
No, I
it was
feel
maybe
like-
just like a little slimy thing.
I feel like Nurgle is
Okay.
like the bigger one, and then you'd have like a Nurgling.
A Nurgling.
Like a little one.
There's some fucking elder god somewhere being like, how fucking dare you?
I keep hearing my name said irreverently. Who would dare? We have said it more than 3 times. There's somebody called circle next
We
door.
have to say it like each of us though, like we've said it like back and forth.
Nurgling. Nurgle. Oh.
Yeah, but
Sir.
King of Beasts?
Someone named Baphomet, Demon Prince of Beasts.
Demon Prince. No,
Not
that
even a king.
doesn't.
That's pretty shit.
There was a queen of Frost. What's the deal with her and Tatiana? Are they sisters?
One of them is a bitch, the other one is lovely.
That's.
All there is to it.
Wow! I can't believe you would say that about Tatiana! Did I get you that time?
Steady on, or you'll be the one getting the cold shoulder.
No! Sleeping on the sofa tonight.
So we're gonna go. Wait. Damn. Where are we going?
The village.
We're in a village.
The
village.
I have a favour to ask first.
What?
I've got a bad decision I want to make.
Do it. Hang on, let me stand on the right side of you. And if you could stand on the other side.
No, he's not standing on the other. Clearly, I'm standing on the other side.
That's a good point. We figure not involved in this.
I want
Don't
to
do it. It's
scry
fine. You don't want to do it.
instead.
It's a terrible idea.
We have a court. Yes,
Stand next to him.
do it.
Yeah, that's what happens.
What's the worst that could happen?
But don't tell me if anything bad happens. Or if something good happens.
If something bad happens, just stand there immobile,
No,
staring.
because then I'll know. Make something up. Make up a good story if
Do
something bad
it.
happens.
Do we need a little sign that says days since last scrying incident?
I think
I
we should go one step
expecting
further.
to-
We should go to our village thing. It's a
Divination.
shame to leave without
Let's
doing
do our
the
village
thing.
thing first.
And then we should tune the forward to
Days since last divination.
the Noonan's
To
father.
onion. Like,
0.
Should we not get home
Onion.
first? At least.
no, we're gonna go home
It's
via
What do you mean?
onion.
You're welcome. Make yourself at home.
I shift a rock, shove some snow off it, and sit on it like.
There we go.
I start summoning a palace. I'm never leaving.
I dust off my helmet.
It's frozen solid.
Right.
Village first.
How are we going to get to the village? We've been. It's been 3 hours to deliver this 2-hour journey.
Who
We
can't
could
fly?
be there by now. We spent the last 2 hours arguing about how we're going to get to the village.
Are you the only person who can't fly?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'll carry you. Or we'll all carry. We'll all
I don't-
take
I don't have
limb.
I can make 3 of us fly.
Oh, technically I can't.
He can make 3 fly.
I can only make 3 fly.
Well, that is.
Oh, me.
you two.
Any.
You got horse.
No, I don't. The horse is not weatherproof.
You could turn yourself into something that could fly. Can you not? You turn yourself to multiple things.
Yes, I can do that.
If you
but I
can
choose
become a
not to.
werewolf, you can become a pigeon.
A were pigeon, maybe. Under the lights of the full moon.
I can't fly magically, but I have a great idea.
Oh my god! Sorry, I'm just imagining like.
Were pigeon.
Do a fourth dimension door up high, but then keep.
Now that is proper Minecraft like wing.
And then feather fall last second.
Right.
Okay. I'd like to
How do you want to get to this flippin' village?
Like that.
Yeah, just teleport.
Who's going first?
Teleport.
Just teleport. We
No.
might end up anywhere. No, I need that spell.
I mean, I can get there in like no time at all.
So my idea was to do Guardians of Nature, turn into a bestial animal with fur to keep warm,
Mm-hmm.
and then activate wings and fly.
I think.
But I might get cold. Depends on how much his fur helps me.
How long do your wings last?
Okay.
I don't know. I haven't been
Is it
told.
two? Really?
I don't think I've been told. No.
You have, but going to be honest, it suits Daenerys a lot more to not know.
Oh no, I do remember falling from it.
But I think you did. I think you put them away though.
Oh yeah, I did accidentally put them away. I don't know. I'll be fine. I have boots of anti-falling if it goes wrong.
Okay.
The boots are flying.
I get.
So, okay, we've got one for beast, summon, and flying.
I just realized I'm double upping on flying. Does somebody want some shoes?
So
Although
you
I
maybe
do
want to keep your like
Shoes
daily.
on.
I was thinking daily because I think I've done it like 5 times now, and I've made other party members fly with me. But like,
Everyone keeps forgetting. I don't know what that's like.
Okay, I can hold on to.
But-
I modify my own memory to forget that we forget. Again.
This sounds good.
That would be convenient.
so if it's 3 and 3, then math would dictate that would be okay.
Except Cracky.
Except Cracky.
Wait, can I put my boots
I can-
of anti-falling
oh my
on
God.
Greggy?
I can just carry Greggy.
No.
Here's the
I
question.
feel like I've got not a lot of lenience for Grekky. The boots.
What if I am?
There's only one
here's
pair.
a question. Here's a question. So if Reaver makes me fly, and I've already got flying boots on, does that give me double flying strength to carry Greggy?
Just let me carry Greggy. I'm strong as fuck.
Oh, that works. If that works.
You would be traveling slower. And that might, actually, in this case, might be relevant.
Can't you cast fly on Greggy?
Yeah, we've only got 6
But
castings.
I've got boots of anti-falling that are technically flying boots.
What? No, they're boots of anti-fall.
I know.
You specifically said this is we're never taking that into consideration. You've done this to yourself.
I can just not fall the entire way. It still works. If I start high.
I mean,
then I'll
according
just-
to Douglas Adams, that's how you fly, so...
There we go. So we are okay.
Yes.
Is there a palanquin in the palace?
No, in this dilapidated, falling apart
We make
palace.
the guards fly and they carry us.
Wow, that was actually terrifying. That'd be terrifying.
This is some Peter Pan shit, right?
Oh shit!
Oh, you have that story in Feywild. Is it set there?
It's much darker.
Oh no.
Actually, I can get there. I can get there.
No.
Yeah.
Better of a better liquid.
I don't know if you're doing. Would you cast fly on me, or am I getting the cold shoulder?
Can't see.
I will
Use
cast
your
fly on those members of the party that need it.
So theoretically, wait.
The trauma will not survive in this temperature.
Why don't you make trauma something that can survive in this temperature?
Because it requires too much creative effort when I can just do the puppy dog eyes.
Your puppy dog eyes are ineffective.
So
I don't believe you.
we're still trying to get the point that Greggy needs to get there. What I'm saying is like
But
I
you can just cast fly on Greggy.
But
And not
Finn
cast
has
fly
to
on me.
walk. And
You do
have to
3.
walk.
We like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The numbers.
but you
add
can't
up.
fly.
I cannot fall though.
What do you? But then you just like
We have
slowly
literally
approach
I cannot fall upwards.
toppled governments and slain gods, and we cannot count to 7. What the fuck?
Well, okay.
Okay,
I can just not fall the entire way in an upwards direction. It's okay.
great.
Fucking doors.
Right. Okay. Reaver, you are going to make 3 people fly. You cannot carry Greggy as you don't fall.
I go to the door, the front door.
And then
Okay.
We haven't used it.
No.
Is it open?
It's slightly ajar.
Does it look like it's going to fall on me if I try and open it?
No.
Okay, because the other one did.
It looks like it's been recently opened and closed by someone.
Okay, I'll open it.
They're also a lot sturdier, these doors.
Okay. These ones look as though they've been the only ones used.
No,
Continually.
but they look like there might be the faintest trace of magic maybe keeping them upright.
Okay, I'm ready. Everybody else ready?
yeah.
Who's giving me a lift?
So, just to confirm,
Mm-hmm.
you are all going to fly through the snow outside. Well, through the air, the super cold air.
Who doesn't have cold resistance?
I do not have cold resistance, to my knowledge.
And
Room
Greggy?
check.
I cast protection from energy on Greggy and Daenerys and protection from cold.
Okay.
Boosh.
Okay.
You have resistance.
Amazing.
In which case, Reaver, as you open the door,
Mhm.
it was cold inside the palace.
Yeah.
It's like you're hit by just this freezing cold air.
Okay.
It's even colder outside, especially because there's just constant wind that's hitting you,
Mhm.
and the wind is making it feel like it's even colder than it is. You realize that you have to pull up your scarf, or your lips will immediately get chapped by the dry air.
The old familiar scarf
Yeah.
that's long
And
and tired and
Even breathing, like the air that you inhale, it's almost like a little droplets of water, and your nose immediately
Freeze.
start to freeze. Your eyes start to hurt. Everyone flying, people that are casting fly, please mark off your relevant spell slots. Daenerys, are you wing flying or boot anti-falling?
Boots. Anti-falling.
Okay.
A question. This terrain wouldn't count as a mountain terrain, would it?
No.
What's your favorite
No.
plane? Terraplane?
Yeah.
Something.
As you all take off, Original, what does your fly spell look like? Is it just going upwards, or?
There's like
Oh no.
a swirl of leaves around the feet
Mm-hmm.
and almost like a bit of orange light around like the soles of the feet,
Mm-hmm.
almost like you're stepping on like invisible stairs.
So as half the party steps and leaves this bit of orange light that slowly dissipates, and a few leaves that fall to the ground before they're like swept away by the wind and just go off. The other half of the party similarly seem to be stepping on an invisible staircase but made out of small black flame as there's little trickles of fire licking down their feet.
It's a reaver, full wings.
Denarian's just walking in the air. You take off and step forward, I presume. Fly lasts an hour, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
No,
No?
10 minutes.
10
That's
minutes.
not a lot of minutes.
Yeah.
Well, it's a straight shot though, so.
Okay.
A 2-hour hike.
Well, it's
It's not a
What
10
is your
minute.
flying speed?
Flying speed is 60 feet, so 120 feet at a dash.
And we won't be
Oh,
getting
we can't
stopped.
maintain that.
We won't be.
Mentally we'll get exhausted.
We won't be. We won't be getting stopped by snow on the ground.
Or have to worry about the terrain. being
Interesting
so-
Here's the thing: is there just like a road
Yes. There is a road.
that we can see that leads from the place we are to the place that we're going, and it looks kind of clear of snow.
That's all kind
No.
of here.
We've not wandered off.
There's a
There's a road, and it looks like it is less snowed under than the rest
well,
of
a
the
cart
area.
obviously, but through it. So
That's
there's
how
cart
roads
tracks.
Mhm.
Should we just walk down the cart tracks
That's
rather
what
than
we've been doing.
spending all of this?
We're screwed, I can't fly.
Oh, I thought you were all in a hurry. So not
I thought we were in a hurry not to be
Yeah.
cold.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yes.
Because we're free. We're free.
I'm aware that when one dashes physically,
Mm-hmm.
you can only do it for so long before like your body
Exhausted,
just gives up
yeah.
and you start getting exhausted. Is that true when you are magically propelled?
I think there's other challenges that need to be overcome first before we even get to that stage.
I'm just curious.
But man.
We'll find out.
One way to find out. So, are you walking or are you walking or are you flying?
We're flying. We're flying. I reckon we can fly as far as we can.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good
No.
chunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Follow the road though.
How
3.6 kilometers.
how high up
Pardon?
are you flying?
As low to the ground as we can.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
but then if we go really high, then we can fall the rest of the
No.
way.
So if we go really, they've already said it's windy and that increases the higher you go.
You fucking.
I'm sure it probably gets colder.
Exponentially. It does get colder as well. Yeah.
Unless there's
Okay.
there.
So, all of
That's
you
really warm there.
fly low to the ground. Basically, it looks like you're walking with
Stealth.
incredible
Oi.
speed. Yes.
Sorry, just a quick
Okay.
question.
Yes.
There's a cloud layer here, right?
Mm-hmm.
It could be warmer under. Oh wow. It could be warmer under the cloud there though.
I was
I'm
going
really
to say
glad
above
you
the
gave me a
cloud.
lift, man.
Yeah. Never mind.
No?
Yeah.
Are you ready? Are you
Yes.
flying?
Yes.
Yes?
Who's out there throwing gravel at your window?
As the snow starts.
It's actually
To
we've
come
got
down.
speakers in the garden.
Oh, amazing!
Yeah.
Brilliant. That explains the knocking sound earlier.
Do you want to close the window? Is
No,
it
no.
like coming at you or?
No, I was just pulling out and I'm like,
Cool air at last.
Oh god, yeah.
yeah.
As you start flying, it looks like you're just speed walking down this road as you're hovering just above it. Can I have Constitution saving throws from everyone? Now, the people that are cold resistance, you make this as a straight roll because normally you would have disadvantage. So any form of advantage gives you a straight roll for this.
Oh,
16. Okay.
Disadvantage without cold resistance.
Yes. So with cold resistance,
So
straight
that's
roll.
everyone has cold resistance, so
Yes.
from the other.
So 16, Eridrian.
I rolled 16, so 15.
Okay. Denarian.
9 from
Is coming
me
in.
and 16 from Greggy.
Some of the water is coming in a little bit.
I'll get it.
9 for you, 16 for Greki. Okay.
So I rolled for my not freezing to death check,
Yes.
and then rolled for my concentration check. My not freezing to death check was a natural 20, and my keeping concentration on you guys not freezing to death check was 21.
Okay.
So just open in a different lane.
Next.
20.
20. Reaper.
20!
Okay, so everyone except for Denarian rolled really high.
Oh god.
Denarian, as you're going forward, you find it really hard to, for a start, to keep your eyes open. The air's just so cold, you're starting to do that, like, the squint. And even then, there's tears in the corners of your eyes that are slowly starting to build up and then freeze on your face, and it hurts. And you can feel, like, the cracking of skin under it. Yes. Just the wind on your face itself is really, really cold. And you know from seeing Eridrian,
Oh no, not
yes,
Freeze to death.
that even
Not
within the first 10 minutes, you're starting to get symptoms of frostbite.
Yes.
You also take 23 points of cold damage. Yes.
Half?
No.
Because cold resistance?
No.
Oh, this is after.
Why have I healed myself 23 as well?
Don't heal yourself.
At least you're not concentrating on a spell.
I am going to concentrate on the spell.
Oh, okay.
I'm just gonna cast him a little foggy as a healing spirit.
The frog
Okay.
is just, are you like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, but for frog?
Little fog. I need to see whether it can move with me, but to my knowledge it can.
Ranger had the very glow.
You also
Can't move as fast as you.
take a level of exhaustion.
Oh.
We'll get you some hot springs tonight. Fear not.
Oh god, hot springs.
The rest of you,
I can do it.
you bear this, but it's not pleasant. There's a definite... The longer you're going, the harder this is going to get.
Can we fly in like a V formation with Denarian have like behind us so like there's like a wind?
No, it's
Okay.
not how that works.
Fair enough.
As you use your 10 minutes of your flying spell, you find yourself maybe at the bottom of the valley.
Okay.
And then your magical flying wears off.
Sweet.
You're in the middle of a valley. You see in front of you and behind you just snow going up the way. And it's almost a little bit surreal. You just have this, this one singular color in front of you. Interestingly, to your left and right, you see homes, abandoned homes of this village that runs lay here in the valley. There's no smoke coming out of it. What you see, the shutters gone, doors hang broken from the coast. It's no person lives here anymore.
I don't like how you said person.
Should we take a break and warm up?
Just passed along.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. I go to the nearest resident building. Does it still have a door to it?
You can find one that has a door.
Sweet. I will go in through. Here's the thing, right? Door, solid, right? Windows? Take it? No. Does it just look like a domicile? Because, like, for the elements, you'd want as less holes in your house as possible, probably, right?
Yes. Some of them appear to have windows with shutters, but the shutters are long gone. But I mean, you can find yourself a home that has as few windows as possible.
Sweet.
And a functioning door.
Cool.
Question. I don't like how you said person.
Mm-hmm.
Can I keep an ear out and an eye out and everything else out for something if there's been recent movement in the snow and there's tracks and stuff and just is there like a chittering sound or something for that. I don't know.
Reaver isn't going to do that. Reaver's going to go
Okay.
straight to the
You can roll me
trunkiest domicile.
Perception check with disadvantage.
Ooh, 20, not natural.
So there's two problems that you encounter. For a start, if you try and look further away, just looking at the constant white is giving you a little bit of snow blindness. There's also the constant wind that is making it hard to properly focus on one point. With the 20, definitely further from the road, there are shapes moving.
Reaver, there are shapes moving from the road.
Great, let's go.
Right, everybody, come on.
We have ways of resting safely, don't we?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I forgot how to speak common for a moment there. Can we not just deploy a bubble?
Yes.
Yes.
Like, we can rest wherever because we are basically immune to anyone trying to kill us because we're so powerful.
Yeah.
So,
So-
now that I've said this, let us take all due precautions because I've invited death.
So I open the door
Mm-hmm.
and check to see if there's anything inside, and then go in. In fact, no, I go in and then check to see if there's anything inside, because that's how I would do it.
You find the leftovers of what probably would have been a temporary predator's den at one point. There's bones lying on the floor. There's very, very, very old droppings in a corner.
Fuel.
But otherwise, there's a stone floor. It's devoid of furniture. There's maybe one or two cupboards or cabinets that stand empty against the wall.
Wooden
Sweet.
cabinets? Wooden cabinets?
These look like wooden cabinets, yes.
Break them down, make a fire.
So what I'm going to do is the ground still solid, or is it
It's a stone
dry?
ground.
Stone ground. Okay,
Yes.
cool. In which case, I'm going to drive a couple of pittons sort of cross-axis and build the fire up onto it.
Okay.
So like 3 pittons driven in to make like a sort of cone, and then build up the wood around it so there's an air pocket. And then start to get a sort of...
Fire going.
no, I'm not going to light it.
Okay.
Just in case Nax is going to do the dome, but I'm just going to have it just in
You
case.
can still put fire
Okay.
in the dome when the smoke goes out.
No. Does it?
Yeah.
Does the smoke leave the dome?
Yeah, probably would.
But
I'm pretty sure it says something specifically about airflow.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like,
Like the inside is like dry and nice temperature, but the fact that you can walk out of it suggests to me that stuff can leave it.
Yeah,
stuff can leave, yeah.
but will the smoke come back in, is what I mean.
No.
Well,
You might have a little bit of a problem inside the home itself.
That's
It's
what I'm saying.
the small house will probably get
Yeah.
filled with smog at
Yeah.
some point.
But if we were in the bubble, then would that work? Would the bubble keep the smog out? That's what I'm
Are we
saying.
hot
If it goes out, it goes in.
Well, I don't think it.
Oxygen's got to come in.
No, but I don't think it goes in. I think the bubble keeps it nice inside.
Are you all
specifically.
going inside the home?
Yeah.
There's a bubble of water.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you create the bubble?
Yes, okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
In which case, I will have a look at the spell description.
All other creatures and objects are barred from passing through it. Spells and other magical effects can't extend through the dome or be cast through it. The atmosphere inside the space is comfortable and dry regardless of the weather outside. So, creatures and objects within the dome when you cast a spell can move through it freely. So, I don't think it specifically covers.
Bit of a grey area, but if you're resting for an hour,
Yeah.
I'll let you have it. If you're going to sit here for a long rest, which you have woken up maybe 2 hours
I
ago.
don't think we're needing a long rest.
No,
Just
no.
But if you're sitting in for an hour, you can do it without issue.
We can experiment.
We don't
Yes.
even need the fire. It says that the space is comfortable.
Exactly,
We
yeah.
don't need to have
And
fire
unless-
this
the space isn't a tumble dryer though. We're soaking.
That's a good point.
I mean, we've got prestidigitation.
So
What went close?
Yeah, it's just black fire just starts burning us all from the inside out. We're like, warmth.
All right, so you want to take a short rest here?
Yeah.
Yes,
Let's do that.
Okay. You can benefit from a short rest.
so
Exhaustion doesn't fade with a short rest, just as a note for you, Denarians.
As I was reading it online. Thanks.
You're welcome. I am going to quickly to the bathroom.
I will play a song for us.
Raised by his elven mother as a single child, Denarian's mom talked little of his human father. Apparently he was a great man. Growing up in a secluded village, there was no religion or magic, there were barely visitors. Here, there was only the circle of nature. Denarian made himself useful to his clan as hunter, but he never stopped being distracted by life outside the forest lands, and his curiosity of humans often got him in trouble. Even more so when he learned that somewhere people could apparently do magic. Finally, and not unexpectedly, the day came that he set out, against the wishes of his peers, and ventured beyond the forest. Denarian found that there were many things he wasn't ready for. Currency, for one, was an entirely foreign concept to him. He also learned that people can be cruel and harm for fun when he freed and stole a wolf pup from a trader's cage. Yet none of this deterred Denarian from wanting to enjoy the crazy chaos of the wider world. When he heard rumours that magic could be taught in a faraway capital of a different continent, Denarian and Greki boarded a ship. They would not return to Orion for a long time. The stars were especially beautiful tonight, Lady Jane Akeldia thought to herself. The pride she had once felt at her accomplishments turned into a resentful nostalgia. She sighed heavily. It had been too long since she had fed, and looked up at Simon. Her mind was already processing her next steps as she led him to the large bed. She would sate her hunger, and in the clamour of her consort's unexpected passing, would declare herself in mourning and leave her estates in the care of the heirs to the dynasty she had created. She would take on the persona of Samantha, a young woman disguised as Samuel Ransford, a travelling bard. A mask over a mask over a mask over a mask. Common practice for the 900-year-old shape-changer. All that she had learned was that being long-lived just meant watching the people you cared for die. Nothing had given her the satisfaction she had sought. Not family, not power, not the gods, not even selfish fulfillment of her every passing desire. And so, after centuries, she finally gave in to wanderlust and left Orion in search for the thrill of adventure. Even when Finric Jameson was just a small lad, he had an affinity for helping those who needed it. It started with a small bird with a broken wing that miraculously flew again, and from there evolved into apprenticing at the local temple, where he learned the arts of medicine until his 18th name day, after which he travelled south to learn healing on the road. A plan put to an abrupt end when bandits attacked him and robbed him of all but his name and knowledge. Going from doctor to beggar, Faith was quick to introduce new opportunity to Finn, in the form of a dying dwarven man. And by saving the life of First Mate Usenthor, Finn was granted the position of ship's doctor aboard the Bleeding Crow. Here, he lived an adventurous life of scavenging, exploring and smuggling, although never killing. But more importantly, he lived a life as a trusted friend of Captain Josephine, the devil on the water, equally feared and respected. He would never have chosen to leave that ship. That choice was made for him by Captain Soren, whose dark history with Josephine Finn never entirely uncovered. The doctor was thrown overboard with no knowledge of what happened to his new family or Josephine, the captain he was slowly falling in love with. Instead, he woke up on a small beach, clothes torn and stiff with dried salt. With gritted teeth, he set out to find the nearest city and means for revenge. Waking up in a strange place, sore and nauseous, Nax couldn't quite remember where he came from, or how he ended up in this endless field of long grass. All he remembered was that someone or something had seriously pissed him off. It took him some time to find his way across this strange landscape, and when he finally found the city, he was starving and angrier than he had ever felt. Didn't take him long to find the nearest tavern, where he proudly demanded the guests make space for him and serve him his food. I said, "Leave, lest you be damned." When they laughed in his face, the anger was tempered slightly by confusion. Why weren't these peasants quivering in their boots at the mere sight of him? Nax raised a hand to neck level in a choking grip whilst lofting the other overhead as if cradling some orb. Nothing happened. Rage was now replaced by confusion and perhaps even some fear, as he snatched some food and ran, huddling in an alley with only a cloak to protect him from the elements. Slowly the realization dawned on him that he had lost something very important and that he would have to work like some lowly wizard to get it back. Stealing a spellbook and focus, he picked up a rumor. The royal family was looking for an object of great power. Something he could keep for himself, perchance? If you are a bandit in the north of Padina, you better watch the shadows. Tales tell of a carnage-fueled demon that will find you should you gather too much fame. The Grim. It has been some time since Noctis Reaver took on that persona. For him, the story started when bandits pillaged a small farmer's village he lived in, when he ignored the knife at his throat to save his sister. As he lay on the floor and felt life leave him, he bargained with death. You are willing to pay for your soul by servitude, and for her life with what is equal to her worth. With the dagger that slit his throat in hand, Noctis took up the mantle of bounty hunter and started the laborious journey of evening the scales. It was a few years later when a royal courier came looking for the Grim to get rid of some nobleman the king himself could not be seen taking action against. His Royal Highness King Ansel would be most pleased to hear of your acceptance of this task, and would be most grateful for your services. Noctis didn't care much for his employers. A soul was a soul. Completing his task with ease, he set out for the capital of Astrakani to collect his payment, and to collect a new unexpected job, one that required him to join up with a motley group of 5, who he introduced himself to as Reaver. Loving to play parts of mystery and intrigue, it was both mantle and name that Eridrian put upon himself. Leaving an unexciting life and a sad past behind entirely, he surrounded himself with the more magical and dangerous aspects of the Feywild, and became an emissary for the Seelie court, spreading the good word. Yet curiosity still plagued the Eladrin. Often he went to those big doors wrought from golden branches. No noise could be heard through them, but he knew court would be in session. There had to be another way in. Searching the ever-changing halls, a voice like a soft summer's breeze interrupted his sneaking. Lost a path? And ever since, Eridrian walked with a renewed step, and in her name. His journey to the material plane began when he received a direct summon from her to find and retrieve an artifact of great power in the form of a book. Setting out, Eridrian infiltrated a strange and dull palace, working together with a group of hired humans. Dodging traps and guards, he managed to retrieve the mysterious tome, its cover slightly hairy and of an ever-shifting grey colour, and with a closed eye on the front. Wanting to quickly escape, he used the planeshift scroll that Tatiana had given him, only to feel an uncanny tug mid-teleport. And rather than finding himself in the Seelie halls, he found himself unceremoniously dumped in the bathtub of a very confused doctor. As you have your long rest. Short
rest.
Sorry.
Long rest.
Long rest in the
Short rest. Would you like to move on? How do you move on? You walk?
Open. It is.
I'm going to check outside first, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, how far away... How far did we make it? Because if it's another case of we fly again and then we're there, that would surely be better than...
Let me just walk for another hour.
Maybe what's his name has got to this point by now.
They're near the end. Do you
Well,
need
there's
some more
one.
layers? You're looking a little nibble.
I'll be okay.
Are you saying that out of pride or?
No, I'm just vibrating. It's fine.
There's
Just happens.
4 frog-shaped small
Ice cube.
like
Oh,
paw prints on his face where the frog said.
Are you sure?
I would just like to remind everybody
Oh no.
that Kynan said this was a short 2-hour walk with no magical
Yes.
or aid in any other way. We have managed to turn it into an ordeal, travelling an hour and a half by magic, and then having to stop for respite on the front doorstep of the palace we just left.
Is it perhaps because he's an experienced traveller in these kinds of terrains and we are spoiled city folk?
We wield the powers of the arcane in our very hands.
Okay.
We summon and conjure the elements, smite down beings that claim to be gods.
Yes, you're very powerful.
Why are we still here?
It's cold, though.
To add emphasis here.
To throw a party.
I mean, I could have just had a stroll there. Been completely unfazed by any of this. I'm waiting on you guys.
Are the tracks of the cart still there? We're not off course.
Going outside to have a look.
Yeah, sure.
No.
And
Immediately, like, back into the cold.
I hate it.
Yes, the tracks are still there.
Okay, good.
Although, even in this short amount of time, you can see they're already starting to fade. Just the wind and the snow that occasionally falls.
We shouldn't have raced
Starting to
for
cover
a
the back
while.
up.
The tracks are fading. We'll have to leave them.
Well, that's good.
Let's go.
Lord, yeah.
Onwards.
And so you walk.
Be brave, Eritrean.
Okay.
Oh, we're at the bottom of the valley. I can imagine it's
Can I use
another
my
hour,
I
right?
have cold resistance.
Can I use my shield as a windbreak?
You tell me you're whining.
I mean, you can. Go
Sorry.
ahead.
Sir.
You're doing
Making
good.
esteemed complaints.
I'm whining the rest of you are being so slow.
Oh. Well, if your majesty would like to set the pace. I'm kidding.
Excellent.
Oh, you want to play that game?
Can I have another set of
Aye.
Constitution saving throws? I should set out again.
Oh, no, it's it. Never mind.
I didn't roll.
Well, my horse is in fact better at this than I am.
Do you want dice?
I have dice.
I have dice.
Do we get advantage if we've got cold resist because we're not moving it
Got a
master?
straight roll if you've got gold
Do you want a green
resistance.
dice?
Also, the fact that we're moving Baz didn't.
No,
Okay.
Okay.
Do you want 50
that was
crest that
taken
belong
into
to another?
consideration.
I have
Ah.
Cool.
pretty dice.
Oh, they are.
But you can't read.
This is a
Sorry, which one you got?
saving throw.
Dice have like one job.
Next.
2
Like
jobs.
pretty.
2 jobs. 2
Okay,
jobs.
Finn.
2 jobs. They also have to roll.
19.
Generate a number.
Really very
50.
Yeah.
15.
Yeah, that's too granular for the
Sam.
XRP.
Roll.
Oh, 17.
Okay.
15.
Okay.
Greggy 12. Denarian 14.
14. Okay.
No. Oh, his poor paw.
As you're making your way forward, you see Greggy after some time is starting to like awkwardly put his paws down and maybe limp a little bit as he's trying to not stand on his paws.
Must be comfortable.
We need to get him socks.
Before you lament Greggy,
Why must I?
Because you're the strong one.
before you lament Greggy,
No.
Denarian,
Denarian.
Eridrian, and Reaver.
Oh, no. Reaver, why are you not wearing the animal socks we got you?
If there comes a point where I even start to get
Mm-hmm.
remotely like, oh, I could be getting frostbite, I just engulf myself in a fire shield and tell it to go fuck itself.
Okay. You can do a send mark of the spell slot then.
Yes, sweet.
Eridrian
I'll
Denarian.
just be like, am I getting cold? I'm fire!
Even with the additional cold resistance,
Why are you complaining? You have cold resistance.
it's starting to get to you and you just can't help your hands from shivering a little bit. And you feel the remembrance almost of the cold ear tips, Eridrian. And you're like,
Just kind of idly playing with my ears, kind of.
The jewelry in the ear, it's starting to get cold, starting to almost burn the skin. Denarian, you just feel miserable.
I love how Reaver has
Just-
every.
Straight up miserable. Now, are you casting Fire Shield the moment you realise you're...
Oh yes,
Okay.
as soon as my clothes aren't keeping me warm enough, it's a case of just like,
Okay. In that case, can I, from the both of you, have another level of exhaustion? So
Another
it's 2
level.
for you,
Oh, no.
1 for Greggy, 1 for you.
I do love how Reba had the confidence 16
drops
going,
to half.
I'm fire! But it literally went,
Level exhaustion 2.
You're walking, you've made it maybe half an hour so far. You're starting to go uphill.
Flame shield damage.
Yep.
She's 8 point damage.
No, not yet.
You're starting to go uphill. And who's taking the lead in this?
Oh, I would assume
I'll do
you're
it.
in.
When my fire shield was active,
Mhm.
I'd have taken the lead because everything would have been singing, like sizzling against me. So like I would have given people maybe some cover from behind.
So the winds don't continuously come from the same direction. It's very much that kind of like whoosh,
Or they've
whoosh,
at least
whoosh.
been melting a path to give people a smoother walk.
Have you ever walked through wet snow?
slush.
Oh.
Uphill.
Not
evaporates.
not wreathed in death flame. No.
So the problem is we're actually on permafrost, and when you heat it up, it all melts away, and there's no longer a path to walk on, and it's all going.
It's the sea.
Actually,
Okay.
it's playing with water.
So I have Reaver at the front then.
I'll be second.
That
Okay.
would be fine.
From the two of you, as you're going upwards,
Mhm.
you're setting a fairly quick
Brisk.
pace. Yeah, brisk pace, I presume. Other than the cold,
Mhm.
you're starting to have to climb uphill. Now, you are an adventuring party. You're generally considered to be fit people who are capable of climbing. But it is hard in the snow, and you are starting to feel your calves.
If the incline gets
Mm-hmm.
bad, what I'll do is I will tie a rope to myself
Mm-hmm.
and thread it back down through the party.
Mm-hmm.
50 feet of rope, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to shrink the scythe
Mm-hmm.
to grab
To a pick.
to a pick
Okay.
and just like
So,
use it to grab through.
with the two of you at the front, the tracks are still going.
Okay.
You can tell that the footsteps between the tracks have definitely gotten spiky here, as in, like, it looks like he kind of put on some form of snowshoe.
Mm.
So that's definitely not a bad idea to do.
Okay. So if anybody slides, it'll just pull taut and I'll be like,
I mean, with the rope secure, you definitely get the occasional
mhm.
Could I also use for my explorer's kit? I've got pittons
Mm-hmm.
to help, kind of just two in each hand as well, just to kind of give myself
Yeah.
stability with
And
it.
definitely using the extra tools means you don't slow down as much. You don't spend as much time as you maybe could have
Ideal.
on this upward slope.
Everyone gets two.
Who's at the very back?
Uh-oh. It will be me.
Not everyone at the same time. Who's the last in line?
It will be me.
Okay, sorry, I thought you said it wouldn't be you.
Oh. It's ununderstandable. I'm quite selfish.
You walking at the back. You're gritting your teeth. You're holding on to, the bit of warmth, maybe going in your head through your earlier slideshow, imagining,
I am
you're
of the
full.
same race as Nax. The cold does not touch me.
Exactly.
I am of the same race as Nax.
How did that sound?
God, that's not
What you're doing
touch
there
me.
again?
And as you're walking after the rest, you look behind you, and there's a pack of what looks somewhat like wolves, vaguely bear resemblance, that are lagging behind. They're maybe 200 feet or so away. They're nowhere near, actually close to you. But they're watching you.
Hey, friends.
Hmm?
There are snow-adjacent wolf things tracking us about 200 feet back. I had to confer with my personal assistant.
In my head, you just looked out into the abyss and was like, yes, 200.
Yes. You want us to make friends with them? Or...
No!
That might work, but at the same time, I think they want to eat us.
No, that's not on my agenda.
Being eaten or making friends with things that want to eat us?
Being eaten, I will definitely make friends with them.
Good, because if you said you didn't want to make friends with them at all, I would have been like, it's being possessed.
Okay.
Yeah.
just a heads up. Can everybody give me a when they're getting to the point where they can't take it anymore? Let me know. Also, if they get close enough, like let's say within 50 feet or so, let me know also.
Okay. I'll keep an eye out.
I mean, maybe let me know first, because I will make friends with him, but in like a I will make friends with him kind of way. Not in a like, I'll make friends with him.
Can I?
I'd like to make an insight check.
Okay.
Because we had breakfast delivered.
27.
1 second.
I'll use magic to make friends with him.
Yes.
I'm a
because you
magic from
have-
a ranger.
Because we had breakfast delivered, we didn't need to kind of make food or like use any of our rations. So can I grab all the dried meat of rations and just like as far away from us as possible?
You're gonna tell them that we're a source of food?
And there's a source of food over there now. Keep going.
That is a terrible idea.
Fuck.
You're just giving him a taste for food that came from us.
My God, the bits that fell off them are so tasty. Imagine what they're like.
Yes, you can throw your rations to the side.
Well, I've fucking done it now.
Might as well call them what they are. Appetizers.
I tell Greggy to go fetch. Greggy steals a ration.
Are they holding off, or are they approaching while we're still?
So far they're holding off. The nearing to you, they probably very much seem like carrion eaters more than hunters right
More
now.
like buzzards, they're just waiting to one.
They're
spot.
waiting for the weakest one of you to drop.
Oh, that's fine. You're on how many levels? 2?
Yeah.
Perfect.
They won't eat me.
Yes, they will.
If they come within 60 feet, I would like to cast the spell.
Okay, noted.
We'll be fine. Just keep on walking.
Yeah, that's what I said. If they come close.
How dark is it currently?
It's kind of constant twilight. It has been nighttime here.
Yeah, just at the moment it's not, because we got up, we had breakfast. It's afternoon-y time?
Probably.
Spend 3 hours debating about a 2-hour trip.
Yeah, early afternoon.
Yeah, okay. If there was a massive amount of sudden bright light, it would be still quite to things, because it's not light here, it's kind of twilighty dark. Okay, cool.
You think it would also be quite to you, since you are walking on a white surface.
Yeah, well, I'm also not going to be looking at it, hopefully.
Okay. As you continue up your slope, through your varying efforts, it doesn't take you double the amount of time to get up there.
Nice.
However, it does remain cold.
Mm-hmm.
Finn, from you, can I have a nature check?
Okay.
As someone, yes, as someone who has watched the weather on a ship,
No.
you can guide yourself if you want.
Oh no.
It's going to make fuck all difference.
Okay.
Interrupt James.
Do I get advantage?
Oh.
No.
You get to check.
Maybe with a spyglass.
I will take it. No.
Someone hit him, and then I can give him his
Nah.
damage.
What is it?
That's
I'm
a
cold.
2.
Punch me.
A 2.
We're trying to work you.
Okay. You like look up, it's fucking cold. You look back down again.
Yeah.
There's snow in your eyes.
Okay.
It's snowing, guys.
Just miserable. Yeah, exactly.
Character sheet?
Okay.
Less than good. Okay.
With my speed being halved at level 2 exhaustion, does that still affect flying speed though?
Was it already at level 2?
Yeah.
But flying speed though,
Are you flying currently?
I will start flying.
Okay. Sure.
Nice.
Is that normal
So-
flight speed?
You can keep up with that.
Amazing.
Are you doing that thing where you're like, I'm walking, guys,
I'm
but you're like
just
an
like-
inch off the ground?
Yeah.
Now, last bit of the climb upwards.
I did say if anybody is going to get properly thingied, they should mention it.
Yep. Could I have one more Constitution saving throw as you make your way through this valley?
Real dice.
So I've got
Why do you fail me now?
a reaction to this.
It's not good for me. I'm clearly about to die.
Next. Okay.
17.
Okay.
18.
Okay.
21 on concentration.
Okay.
11. Fuck's sake.
18 and 7.
Okay. Okay.
18 for
Who's-
Becky.
Okay, I was gonna say who's which.
Becky gets a good one.
I'm gonna have to eat someone.
Draco looks incredibly unamused and unhappy, and he looks like his paws are very sore. but he continues walking.
Really hungry.
This side of the table.
Just
The cold's starting to get to you.
Yeah, I'm ready.
You just look at me.
The cold's starting to get to you.
It's the spellcasting focus.
Narian. You get to the top. You start to suddenly you realize that you're looking no longer upwards at a wide, endless wall, but there's actually nearby shapes of homes. You blink, your eyelashes are stuck together when you blink. You kind of feel your eyes almost like your eyelid pull apart a little bit. Anyone looking back at Denarian, his face looks pretty fucked. There's blisters on it. There's blood around his eyes. Skin looks damaged. You are not feeling great. Now, I'm pretty sure I forgot to roll damage last time, so people got quite lucky with that.
Oh no. Double damage.
You got quite lucky again. The three of you take 8 points of cold damage. Eridrian, to you, this just bears memories. An unhappy time.
I internally curse the awful people that made my stupid caftan that promised to keep me comfortable in even the coldest weather.
To say in the coldest weather.
Maybe if you weren't so annoyed, there's maybe a part of you that's like, but imagine how cold it would be without it.
Yeah, I'm more thinking how I can track them down, drag them to this place.
Yeah, I figured. That voice is very small and very much
I said
anxiety.
I wanted cold immunity, not
take
cold
another
resistance.
Yes. All of you take another level exhaustion for you, first one, Sam. And even to you, it's starting to get to you. It's starting to dampen the spirits a little bit.
I've modified my character sheet with a special slot just for exhaustion. I don't know when I did that or what it was originally, but now it just says exhaust.
But you all make it to the top of this small valley, and you see not too far ahead of you, maybe a 10-minute walk, but with the end in sight, it seems equal parts really far away because you're so close and yet so far, but at the same time, it's there, the end's in sight. You're pretty sure you can get there.
Can I just check? This exhaustion doesn't feel like the exhaustion that came on in Orion when Sam was hungry.
Are you referring to a specific moment?
Just when you were hungry.
Oh, yes, I remember. No, it doesn't feel like that. This just feels like you have walked uphill on a snowy slope all day through the cold, and you feel like you're never going to get warm ever again.
But it would help.
You see the village not too far ahead of you.
Hey.
Is there anything, do you approach openly? You stealth in? Do you fly in?
Sport open.
Arcane gate straight into the middle.
No!
Are you joking or will you do it? Because I can't tell.
I suggest this to the party.
Seems a
If
little.
it gets us there now, sure.
Is there like a homestead nearby?
No, this is very much the village starts over there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Well, I haven't had the chance to test this out yet. I will, in fact, cast Arcane Gate.
Okay. Where do you cast it to?
Like, the area that looks the most central.
Okay.
Sam, play a fanfare.
And it's like full Doctor Strange orange sparks in a big ring. Obviously with the leaves as well.
Obviously. Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Starting small.
golden light,
Yep.
yeah.
As
Freak everyone the fuck out. There's no seen leaves in like 3 seasons.
As you see in front of you a gate, you see ahead of you weirdly the same gate.
Time to make our entrance. And I will very uncomfortably and at half speed straight through.
Like you start out right, and then you just kind of like You know, when it's really cold, your butt just kind of goes numb a little bit. Yeah, you've got that going.
Out the door.
We will die,
And we come out with all the.
I like this like arcane gate thing going on.
Okay.
I might.
You'll go through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You find yourself in.
How rapidly deserting.
I don't want to say.
How far away is the gate?
What is it? Roughly 10-minute walk to a village in distance.
Okay.
Oh no! I mean, a 2-hour thing was like,
No,
less
as in
than
like I'm not going to go through the gate.
Okay.
I'm going to hold back.
Okay.
Just in case they all get lynched when they jump in. I'm just holding as one person that didn't go through the gate, like, I'll wait on this side just in case.
I am maintaining concentration, so we can always just walk back through.
Okay.
if something goes wrong.
So you go through. You find yourself in I don't want to say the main road because that's a bit too grand a word for a village that consists of maybe 100 inhabitants. But you do find yourself in what is the most used thoroughfare.
Wow, less than 10,000 people, this gene pool's gonna be fucked. Sorry, what?
There are a few faces behind windows that peek and quickly disappear. And there's very much an initial quiet.
oh
Lasts for
hi.
a little bit. You
Is
say that?
Yeah.
You hear... Who goes?
We are friends of Kainan's, and we come in peace.
You see step out of a home,
Mentor.
similarly dressed in clothing to keep them warm. Even walking out of a home, they're still dressed as on your plane you would to travel outside. Someone who looks peculiar to all of you.
It's
They appear to have a skilled skin, but there is somewhat of a snout. And as they push the door open, you see talons more than a hand. So this person walks out, purely white skills. Who are you?
we don't. I'm Alex. Pleasure to meet you. This is Eridrian. This is Danirian. That's Greki. Good boy. Very cold feet. That is Reaver.
Reaver's not here yet.
Oh no, he's not there. On the other side is Reaver. He's shy. This is Finn, and this is Nax. We have.
It is opaque. You can't see through it.
I can't see through it.
Nope.
Is it like a mirror?
The mist that fills each portal is opaque and blocks vision through it.
Lame. I'm joking. It's very cool. In the
You don't see his Reaver on the other side, like, scrolling through his weapons. Like, which one?
He looks at you next, specifically.
I'm also a tiefling of the white skin.
Both of you.
Of the white skin.
I just want to be recognized.
Why are you here?
Well, we have. Would you like to? Shall I? We have slain the evil that was haunting the castle and kept sending assassins to try and kill us in our sleep. And it's true. And we just came to say hi before we leave. And maybe throw a party if you wanted that.
With head in a box, someone.
Kynan had that. Did he make it back?
You spoke to Kynan.
Yeah.
Yes. Very terrified young man we tried to put at ease.
He has a head in a box.
He did have a head in a box, but we gave that to him. He didn't arrive with it. It's important. May we have
That's what he wanted to talk about later today.
Oh no.
I see.
We're here too soon. This is poor timing on my part. I apologize. What's your name?
I'll take this opportunity to just walk through the portal.
And this is Reaver. Put this side away.
Hello.
Don't stare. It's rude.
We'll ask questions later.
We've never seen someone who looks quite like you in all of our travels.
I mean, we have, but they're giant.
Yes, well, that's not quite the same.
I feel flattered.
Appropriate, yes.
The name is Ragrego.
Ragrigo? It's a very cool name. Is that draconic?
It is indeed.
What does it mean? This is me asking the DM. Or like, is there connection to words?
It is not.
Do you speak Draconic? And I'll say in Draconic.
Of course I do. He answers in Draconic.
It's a delight to meet you. And back to comment for everyone else.
To the rest of you,
Just roaring each other.
no, Draconic doesn't actually sound like roars at all.
I'm disappointed, but
It's
I'll roll with it.
very much a.
I think Draconic is my other language.
In which case you understand
Why
it.
do you keep taking things from me, Adrian?
Well,
It is.
they did
Like,
it.
First you take my hand, then you take my
Thum,
purity.
like,
I mean, it's the only other race that I considered worthwhile communicating with before I came to
No,
He-
you got the point.
Once you mentioned being or having met Kynan, he definitely relaxed a little. Where are you from? We don't get visitors often.
I will step forward,
Not too far away.
bow gracefully, and say, I am a Ridrian fast rider of the Thayan realm.
That was grand. We're just from the material realm. It's much more to have.
It is a pleasure to meet all of you, but Eridrian Forest Rider. I didn't know the passage to the Fae was open.
Not directly. I came via the material with my companions here.
I didn't realize the passage to the material was open either.
It wasn't until my friends and I went to great lengths to restore it.
Interesting.
That's how we got his last name. It was bestowed upon
oh, is
him.
there a gate here?
We skipped that.
There's no direct gate as such, no.
Ah.
It was bestowed upon him for his services to the Queen of the Fae. The nice Queen.
A great honor.
Truly. We have such palaces there.
I can imagine.
Do you represent the interests of the village here?
That's the point.
I represent the guardhouse of the village here.
Ooh, guardhouse. Oh,
There's not much of a village, so there's not much of a guardhouse.
That makes sense.
What is your purpose here specifically?
we mostly achieved our specific purpose, which was to rid ourselves of Ramsar.
Ramsar.
Shush.
No, that's fair.
Silence.
Our word kill. Shush.
And it seems to have rid you of your obligations to him as well as a side effect.
He gives you a look over. Looks specifically at the necklace that you wear. I see you speak true.
It will shock you to know that we literally came here to throw a party and to give you
To celebrate. Sorry, I should not speak.
food and
naturally.
I don't know what can you conjure in? You can conjure anything.
I can conjure anything.
You can conjure anything.
I Kynan seemed particularly starved of warmth and hot food. So that's a thing we have aplenty. And wanted to share it in a gesture of good faith before we left because why not? Who doesn't have a good party?
Or
Hot meal.
would be welcome
Where is it?
if that is your intent.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Good to hear. I'll begin readying myself to summon a magnificent mansion. Because then it's sweet.
One moment.
Reaper's just like looking around being like, these people.
There's only one creature like him.
I mean, like, they're just gonna be like, hey, oh, you just walked out of a gateway in the middle of my town. Yeah, sure, we'll have it. Like, surely people like.
They're clearly quite familiar with planet travel, so you know.
That's fine.
Okay.
As you're whispering, he's walked back inside, comes out with what looks like the horn of what you specifically would recognize as like a horn of like a cow or a bison or some similar creature, and gives it a And you see
Oh, I better start casting.
people like start to appear slowly at first.
Armed?
No.
Okay.
Well,
Does
yes, but not armed in an aggressive fashion. Just armed as in they carry arms here.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
It's on their hips, not on their hands.
No.
Rabigo?
Rakrego. R-A-K-R-E-G-O.
R-A-K-R.
Oh! I was one letter off.
Rakigo.
I was all of the letters off.
Yeah.
Did you already
Give me off.
No, I completely missed. I put Rodrigo.
Fair distance.
Is there like a hair equivalent on this creature? Like
Well-
scaled, like
You can't
hanging?
see.
because of the hood.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hair equivalent. There's a hair equivalent on your reptiles. Scales? Yeah.
Like long hanging scales, like dreads almost. Is that a thing? I summon the Magnificent Mansion into. I have a configuration in mind.
As Alex is doing, I'm like, hot springs, please.
You hear, friends! Finally! There are no more sorcerous tales or treacheries that we need to be worried about.
Everyone fucking look at the necks.
I send them like in the telepathic, just a sharp line.
There's a small pause as it has like.
Does your kind of tiefling have tails? Because those are sorcerer's tails. I don't know.
Oh, fuck.
I died before I finished the spell.
Max does have a tail though, right?
That's what I thought. I just checking. Sorcerer's tails.
It whips you in hours.
Not only have these people killed the last of their stupid, pathetic cult,
Hey.
they are also here to bestow upon us merriment, food, and warmth.
I'm still connected with the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what's up?
I'm like, why are these people so quick to trust? This is...
Because we speak Draconic.
We have a head in a bag.
We also have a head in the bag.
No, we don't.
Well, we gave him a
That's
chance.
the guy.
Oh, he's not seen it yet. Listen, we talk a good talk. I'm trustworthy. You trust me.
I mean,
You
but
trust me.
I think he's just like, maybe just bored and he's just wanting something to happen. So maybe he just wants to trust us.
Yeah. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? We capture everyone, close the door, and leave.
Just think how trusting we can be sometimes.
I don't think I've trusted anyone we've met ever.
Well,
It took a while for me to even trust her in.
he surely just.
Like, dude, and I'm like, sure, we're gonna. I mean, I love that.
I mean, clearly in a place like this guy's trying to inspire
I'm
some
arrogant.
goodwill and some cheering.
You all hear a very hesitant, like, more like a. Yeah! And
I can see Finn doing that.
there is indeed, you're not entirely wrong, there is indeed, like, all of these people seem to take Ragrego's word for this immediately. They look at all of you expectantly.
Can I? Oh, you just,
Alex just explodes. Just like full on, the boys' head explodes.
scanners.
Yeah. I summoned a magnificent mansion at the 7 o'clock,
Can
which contains enough food for not 100 people to have a 9-course banquet meal.
I walk into the Magnificent Mansion?
Yes. Do you want to know what
Go.
it looks like?
I do.
Okay.
I desperately do, but I also want to quickly grab like a hot chocolate to kind of come back out with and be like,
And then
So you go in, you
immediately
quickly
disappears.
grab the hot
Right?
chocolate, and you walk out with like empty hands.
oh, damn it.
It only goes out with you when it's
On the inside.
in you.
Yep.
Oh, wait.
No!
I go back in.
No,
Hot. And then figure it out.
No!
Do you actually?
Yeah.
Please don't!
Wait. No, I try to take some hot chocolate
Does you
It's
realize
hot.
how this is going to come across to people,
You
right?
stop
Oh,
this
fuck.
right now! Don't
No.
ruin my moment, Finnerit Jameson.
Just this is a big grand moment, and Finn's just like derp 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 chocolate.
I want to bring hot chocolate to people. It's okay, don't get it.
Okay.
You went
Sam.
and it came out like, oh.
Inside, like, it's configured in a similar way to, like, a theatre might be configured. Like, at one end, there's a small stage, and then there's, like, very slightly raised, like, tiers of seated, like, of tables.
That will be tears.
Yeah.
You know, have you ever been to the Picture House, which is now a pub? Kind of that,
right,
with
yeah.
tables, and then there's a space where there could be a performance. And yeah, the tables are already being attended to by the kind of like ghostly past Sams that tend the place. And what? What? There's hot chocolate being set down.
There could be a performance
Yeah,
if you want to.
How many past Sams are we talking?
Let Sam have his moment.
Yeah. The tables are being attended to. There's like servants ready to like take people's heavy wraps should they wish to dispense them. And provide they can also like do repairs to them as well. Those wraps and rags will come back good as new.
So there's a definite like they expect food and drink, and you
It's
summon
there.
a door. So there is a bit of a Tales of Sorcery. You summon a door and you say, "Don't worry, it's fine."
I don't say that. I just go. Ta-da. It's clearly bigger on the inside because I walk in.
You walk in.
Yeah. Immediately.
Okay.
All right. Ta-da.
You see.
Inside entertainment, rest, and recovery. In other words, beginning with our await.
Relaxation.
Relaxation
Rodrigo looks
and
at,
rapture.
looks at the rest of you with a like.
It's okay.
You make your own call on this.
Turns to the nearest
You
villager.
can see Sam inside just like taking like heavy layers off.
Can they?
Turns.
Yes.
Turns to the nearest villager. That's like.
No.
If I don't walk back out in 10 seconds. He walks in, sees all of this.
Yeah.
Is like,
There's paintings.
has a moment of, oh shit, what's that?
See the villager that he turned to be like, if I don't walk back out in 10 seconds, and then he went away. How did the villager react to the giant dragon telling the small villager to?
1,
Grabs sword hilt.
4,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
5.
It was just like,
Good luck.
I'm a baker. I don't.
But he walks out just within his time limit. Gives people a kind of
Just
nod.
as well, you didn't change the passage of time in there as well.
I don't have quite that much.
Just comes out.
I mean, very convenient though to just have like an 8-hour rest in an hour, but I don't think.
And one by one, people go in and start to look around in great wonder. The first to try a hot chocolate is definitely a kid.
Yeah.
Who's more
It's not
bundled
overly sugared.
clothing
Mm.
than kid.
Like, cause I saw the effect that Kynan had to like sugar, so they're not heavily, like, they're warm.
98%
Yeah.
cocoa.
And yeah, exactly.
But the moment that happens, it's a bit of a, like, the ice is broken and the quiet uncertainty changes into a very hesitant partaking of a very unexpected feast provided by 6 strangers.
7 Crackies here.
Do you all walk in as well?
Oh yeah. Fuck the cold.
I'm going to be the last person to walk in.
As Reaver is hanging back,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna wander over, kind of speak a bit under my breath. I'm like, "Can I borrow you for a while?"
Yeah, totally.
I want to leave them with a gift. I have the ability to make the thing I did back at the house to make the plants grow.
Okay.
I can increase their crop yield for the next year.
Yeah.
But it takes 8 hours. And I don't really want to sit out here by myself for 8 hours casting a spell. And you're probably the one I trust most to, keep an eye on me.
Yeah, no worries.
It doesn't have to be now. I just
Okay. Yeah. I'll get you back.
cool. Thanks. I'm gonna get inside and warm up a bit because my
Yeah, definitely. They look fragile.
yeah. No, I'm inside.
On that very, very heartwarming note, we shall end this for tonight.
Yay!